We are 1 hour away from Game 4 of the NBA's Eastern Conference Finals from Cleveland, with the New York Knicks trying to sweep aside the Cavaliers. Also 1 hour from now, it's Game 3 of the NHL's Eastern Conference Finals from Montreal, with the Carolina Hurricanes and the Canadiens tied at 1 win apiece. In Major League Baseball right now, the Cincinnati Reds lead the New York Mets 7-2 in the top of the ninth inning at Citi Field. The Arizona Diamondbacks up 6-2 at San Francisco, going to the bottom of the seventh. The Washington Nationals have a 7-1 lead at Cleveland in the bottom of the third. Washington already is at 5 home runs, including James Wood leading off the game with his 13th. The Phillies' Kyle Schwarber is Major League leading 21st home run, as Philadelphia has a 1-0 lead at San Diego in the bottom half of the first. I'm Isaac Lowenkron.
Elijah, put the camera on me. Sweetie.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Password.
Ack, a dack, a ack.
Enter, brother.
That's right. Come on in. Hey, this is not tape, Memorex. We are live
We'll do it live
on the Odd Couple.
Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
On a Memorial Day. That's right, Alex. No doubt about it. And guess what? With that password, you now have full access to this very fine radio program for the next 3 hours.
Not 2, not 3, not 4.
Thank you, LeBron. No matter how you listen in, Fox Sports Radio, foxsportsradio.com, the iHeartRadio app, SiriusXM Channel 83. Wow. And now,
We'll do it live
on YouTube.
Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
That's
do
right.
it.
Say my name, Rob Parker. Say his name,
Martin Weiss.
Filling in for Kelvin Washington. And yes, we are the Odd Couple on this Magic City Memorial Day Monday. How's that? And guess what? You'll need our phone number because we are, without question, the most listener-friendly national sports talk radio show on the planet. At least when people are still awake. Sorry about that, Ben. I know. We've got a lot of people listening to a show, Alex, but they're not awake. I'm just
Doesn't
saying.
count.
Write it down, commit it to memory, 877-99 on Fox. For you laymen who can't figure out the letters and numbers on the phone. It's not trigonometry. 877-996-6369. And guess what? If you hear feedback on the line when you do call in, it's your own fault. It means only one thing.
You forgot to turn down the radio.
And if you call in here and have a problem with what we say to you, tough, because...
Well, I'm talking to you the way I want to talk to you. Do you have a problem? Turn off your station.
And with all that said, always remember...
The Odd Couple was filmed in front of a live audience.
There you go. Let's go. Big show on this Memorial Day Monday. Let me welcome in my co-host filling in for Kelvin Washington. He is Martin Weiss.
Rob.
Purple haze all in my brain.
I had the pleasure and honor to witness one of life's miracles today.
You didn't look at it, did you?
No.
Okay. I'll just. It's beautiful, but I'm glad you didn't look at it. Okay.
I held a human, been alive for less than an hour. Shannon Weiss today gave birth to Roman, my nephew, at 4:53 a.m. Mom and baby doing fine. When I held baby for the first time, my wife was shocked. How do you know how to do this? I was like, 5 points of pressure. You never picked up a football before?
That was just a hint because she's ready for her own baby.
Oh, we don't need any hints. It's overt. But and then
I'm just figured that's what that was.
Mom was a champ the entire time, which, I mean, let's be honest, took forever. The boy did not rush on his way out, but everybody's good to go. Hey, you know what? And I told him, I said, look, the hard part starts now, kid. You know, you got your whole life ahead of you. And I came out whining, and I said, yeah, it's ugly out here. It's ugly out here, but welcome.
If I saw Shannon, congratulations, of course, to the family and your sister Shannon, I would have said to Shannon,
Rob, caution.
No, Alex. I can't even get it out. I would have said, Shannon, Roman wasn't built in a day.
Ha ha ha.
It was 9 months.
Ha ha ha. Good one.
That's not bad. Isaac, no, Roman wasn't built in a day. What? No.
Well, she will attest. It definitely was not a day.
9 months into labor.
You know what? And as some people at Fox Sports Radio can attest, was not delivered in a day either.
Wow.
That's true.
Because I was in and out of that hospital room for quite some time.
Well, that's all great news.
So Dad's a ball coach. So don't worry, America. We are not putting another non-ball knower into the populace. He'll be fine. I've already decided I'm going to be the music uncle. Because by my job, he'll know I know ball. So what do I have to prove, right? So that's kind of my thoughts on it. So congratulations to all involved, including myself.
And you know what? As usual, when you get older, you always forget stuff. So I had a gift for Shannon and the baby. I did.
Mm-hmm.
I have to bring it. I'm going to leave it for you here tomorrow or something. But I had something, and, when you get older, ever since I started putting grease on my hair, everything slips my mind. I'm just...
I mean, Alex, I think that's the true circle of life.
What's that?
12 hours ago, I was holding a baby less than an hour old. 12 hours from then, I'm now working with Rob Parker.
You know what? That is not the circle of life because I ain't going nowhere. Tell that baby.
You're not.
He ain't taking my spot on earth yet. Not yet.
Rob, you got a lot of life to live.
I still got a lot to go. No doubt about it. All right. It is The Odd Couple, and yes, we are live here on Memorial Day on Magic City Monday. And make sure you check out our YouTube channel. We appreciate everybody who has subscribed. But if you haven't, just search Odd Couple FSR on YouTube and hit that subscribe button. After you do that, you can hit the Knicks thumbs up icon and comment away. Again, just search Odd Couple FSR and subscribe. This show, you're still at barbecues, hanging around, driving. You will be able to call in and chime in today. So a lot of good stuff to talk about as well. And let's welcome in the Odd Couple crew. We wouldn't be able to do this fine radio program without them. And Alex is our engineer.
Alex, you're a hidden talent.
And Alex, I appreciate all your work and effort over these heading into 9 years of the Odd Couple. Yeah.
It's been beautiful, Rob.
It's been a nice ride, and Alex and I are always trying to hold it down. We understand the importance of making sure this show and we understand there's vacation and we're going to miss some time. But we try to keep the show going no matter what.
Yes, thank you, Rob.
Yeah, I appreciate all the work. Brandon is in for Rob G. Bud Mexican, that's right. And Brandon is, you need to they're going to get you a song too at some point.
Yeah, we'll make it happen.
So Brandon is our producer today. Isaac Lowenkron is at the anchor desk. He'll keep us updated throughout the program. Ilo, how are you?
Roman wasn't built in a day, huh?
There you go.
Congratulations, Martin.
Yes.
Thank you.
As an uncle. And, of course,
Never heard of him.
Elijah.
Who is it?
Elijah is our social media guru. And we know the Knicks and the Cavs are going to tip off for Game 4. Most people are expecting a 4-game sweep because the Cavs have just kind of died on the vine. But Kenny Atkinson, we need to hear Kenny Atkinson trying to, I guess, explain what has happened here in the being down 0-3 to the New York Knicks. Here we go. Okay. Yep. We'll get that sound up real quick, and Martin, and then we'll
the
talk.
Analytics ran the sound immediately.
Yeah. Don't.
Much like that's the analytics ran it immediately. This is just real life here.
Analytically, I think we've won the I said 3 out of 3. We're 2 out of 3 in the expected. I don't know if you guys follow that. Is that an expected score? And we won 2 out of 3. And I know you're looking confused, but
I'm not.
There was really. I think last night it was the expected score was like 1 point or 2. Us shooting way below expected, them shooting way over. I know no one wants to hear that. I think you guys like hearing it. I know, general public, no one wants to hear that. Everyone's outcome based. And, sure, I get that too.
All right, Kenny Atkinson, is this on? You just signed your death certificate. Kenny Atkinson has just signed his death certificate. And I'm talking about proverbial job death certificate. He is no longer fit to coach in the NBA.
His pink slip?
Absolutely. And if you're the Cleveland Cavaliers, you got to pull the plug on Kenny Atkinson when this thing is over. And it is not just because they lost to the Knicks, who happen to be rolling and are hot or whatever. It's how you lost. It's how he stopped coaching in game one. It's those things. And then to get up there and try to convince people through analytics that they've actually won 2 of the 3 games by analytics despite not winning the game by final score. Kenny, I have news for you. Sports has a short menu. Wins and losses. Your team is down 0-3 with a chance of getting swept. That is not the defense anybody wants to hear about analytics. If you want to tell me when you're up 3-0 and say, you know what, none of this has to do with my coaching, this is all analytics, I'll buy that. But I'm not buying this idea that in reality you won 2 of the 3 games because your analytics were better than the Knicks. You choked down an epic game 1 up 22 with 8 minutes to go in the history of the NBA, and now we got to – he's unfit. He's unfit to coach and lead. Kenny Atkinson, and he's always been regarded as a good coach, Martin, no longer. No longer. He did not coach in game 1. He let his team down. And now here he is trying to convince the owner, I guess, of the Cavs or fans that they really should be up 2-1 in this series because of their analytics being better. I'm sorry, Kenny Atkinson, get lost.
I mean, not only that, juxtapose it with Josh Hart in the same series talking about his take on analytics where they're like lampposts for drunk people. And I don't know, if you've ever been that way, but I've stumbled across a few lampposts, never made it home from there. I always had to, it'll keep me up for a bit. Analytics to me, my take on analytics is similar to my take on condiments. The more condiments you need to put on a dish, the worse food it is. The more numbers you need to convince me why this player is good, that player is good, the worse player he actually is. We're going to talk about Victor Wembanyama at the top of next hour. I don't need an analytic to tell me that he's good. I could just watch the game and say that's the most dominant player that I have seen in the NBA in the last, 3-4 years, right? And we'll see how that plays out going forward. I don't need to see the analytic to double-check to make sure. But what this is an ultimate excuse because if you really want to dive into some of these analytics, what you did do is trade Darius Garland for James Harden, getting 10 years older. What they did do is fire J.B. Bickerstaff, who's probably going to win Coach of the Year this year.
He already won it, didn't he? I thought he got named that. No?
Listen, it's been a long weekend. I'm not exactly. If he didn't win it yet, he's one of the finalists, right? But either way, J.B. Bickerstaff, who coached a 1 seed with 1 star to a 60-win season.
Which is now a little fraudulent, but go ahead.
But either the Cavaliers didn't do it, and that's the guy they fired to get Kenny Atkinson. Kenny Atkinson was supposed to take them over the hump.
But he beat the Cavs. I mean, he beat the Pistons.
But guess what? The Cleveland Cavaliers are going to win just as many Eastern Conference Finals games as they did with J.B. Bickerstaff as they did with Kenny Atkinson. You can take that analytic right there. The analytic ultimately that matters is the score at the end of games. And the way that they've been losing these games, it is clear and pointed. No timeout in game 1, to your point. Just quit. He's just we're all sitting there watching the game. So is he. He's the only guy getting paid millions of dollars to do it, and that's the reason why. More than likely, it's going to be the last time he gets paid millions of dollars to do this. We regarded him as a good head coach, but I know that a lot of things were going on in this scenario, but he did get run out of Brooklyn for Steve Nash. Right? He did get run out of Brooklyn for Steve Nash. For better or for worse, however it ended up, you don't just run out guys who are great coaches.
I guess he was Coach of the Year by the head coaches. I know he got some sort of award. Go ahead. Just want to get that accurate. I got you. And in Brooklyn, I think it was Kevin Durant and them weren't fond of him, and he's better like a coach coaching younger players and developing them, but he's unfit now. Like to even bring that up and say, oh, you look confused. Yeah, I do look confused. Because why you would sprinkle that and put that out in the atmosphere when your team is down 0-3 and look bad at being down 0-3 is mind-boggling to me. And once a coach gets there, I don't know how you can do it. All right, we want to hear from you on this Memorial Day, 877-99 on Fox. Are you buying what Kenny Atkinson is selling? That in reality, the analytics tell you that the Cavs really won 2 of the 3 games or should have won 2 of the 3 games because their analytics were better? Should he be fired? Is that too rash of a decision? They are in the Eastern Conference Finals, right? They did get over the hump finally. They beat the Pistons, who were the number 1 seed. They did it by being down 0-2 to the Pistons. They won Game 5 in Detroit, Game 7 in Detroit. So they accomplished something this year. But this here from Kenny Atkinson is pushing me over the edge. He's unfit to be the head coach of the Cleveland Cavaliers and should be fired. What say you? 877-99 on Fox. It is the Odd Couple on a Memorial Day, Magic City Monday. Rob Parker, Martin Weiss in for Kelvin Washington. And you know what you need to do. Stick and stay.
Especially if you're a believer in Nixon 4 in the US of A.
Yeah, we're counting down to Game 3 of the Western Conference Finals. Spurs, Thunder, all tied up at 1. This is, a big rubber match for these two teams. And the big storylines coming out of this game are threefold. Number one, it's the Wemby coming out party, right? Everyone's excited about Wemby. We've been on the train for months, but now they're coming aboard late. That's one. Number two, the injuries. We'll see what happens. We're still to be determined on J-Dub, on Dylan Harper, on De'Aaron Fox. And the third thing is, man, we hate the Oklahoma City Thunder. To a man, everybody outside of OKC just hates the team, and they hate SGA specifically. So much so that Dylan Brooks, in partnership with Underdog Fantasy, which is one of the gambling houses here in this great country of ours, put out a fake video game kind of thing of the whole game operation. You recall, use tweezers, try to get the knee out of the throat and all these things, whatever, and without buzzing it and getting yourself out. Well, they did a thing like that built around a character of SGA called the Unethical Hooper. They even have a commercial for it.
Now you're guarding him. You so much as breathe on me, I'm getting the call. Go for the steal. Don't get caught. Download Underdog now to get yours. Only 100 made.
I call him Villain Brooks. Villain Brooks had the video game up there, or the board game, if you will. And it's hilarious, and he's been on his, trash everybody. That's why I like him, man. He got a little bit of that. But what you got to say about that, and just the tone and the sentiments everybody has towards SGA?
I got to do this.
What's that?
And I know it's an old-time reference, but it just fits.
Okay, let me hear what you got.
SGA is the Rodney Dangerfield of the NBA.
Okay.
And for people who don't know, a lot of people know he used to grab his tie. Hey, I don't get any respect. And you've seen him in a lot of movies, like Rodney Dangerfield.
Back to School.
Right. You've probably seen that movie or whatever. And that's where we are with SGA, because he's getting it from everybody. Peers, former players, fans. If I told you my IG, you remember I did the must turn off TV rant about OKC. Every time I open up my IG, I have 40 comments, and that was, 10 days ago, almost 2 weeks ago. On that, it tells you where people are and how much they are bothered by SGA and his game. It's not something that is enjoyable to watch, but it's also something where you don't get respect. I don't know if you could find another guy who won back-to-back MVPs where people are like discounting him, not praising him, not like in awe of him, not wanting to see this guy perform, saying, my God, are we lucky? We're in the SGA era. We're getting to watch this guy play. That's how people used to feel about Michael Jordan, even during the time as it was going on. Not after the fact. About Kobe, not after the fact, but during. Not LeBron. Not after the fact, but during, when you knew you were watching something special. I've told you a million times. I was sitting there courtside as a reporter for the Daily News in New York covering the NBA back in the 80s and looking to the reporter next to me watching Michael Jordan and going, can you believe we're watching this? We're front row. Amazing. And all people are doing is not about SGA and what he's been able to accomplish and all of his things, is that they don't like it. And that's why he's getting no respect.
Well, what's not helping him is that we live in an algorithmic world and a world that wants to feed you more of what you want and echo chambers. So the minute you start looking at stuff, liking it, and you could even slightly agree or maybe just laugh because it was funny and being different, well, that algorithm is going to say, oh, this is what you want. And it's going to keep feeding you. You're going to see clips, and you're going to see different angles of flops and different angles of him exaggerating his body. And then it's going to feed that monster of what you're thinking. And that's the thing that's not working in his favor. Because we always, you hated Reggie Miller, not you, but people hated Reggie Miller because he would kick out his legs or because he would this or he would pull on people's jerseys. But we didn't have the every angle and every camera view to show you it and highlight it or exaggerate it even more. So I think that's one of the downfalls of him. And he does add extra sauce to it. And the problem is, because I mentioned this yesterday, his game is actually pretty smooth. His game is actually pretty nice. It's just those times that he flops, that's what ends up becoming the highlighted point of view. And now that I did the math on it,
It is the Odd Couple on a Memorial Day Magic City Monday. If you missed any of today's show, be sure to catch the podcast. Just search the Odd Couple wherever you get your podcast. Please follow the podcast, rate it at least 5 stars, and provide a review. Again, are you all right over there? Just search
That's the DJ Alex
the
right
Odd
there.
Couple wherever you get your podcast, and you'll find today's full show and a best of version right after this show. Brandon will get that together.
To the YouTube audience, that's all.
I got you. 877-99 on Fox. Rob Parker. Martin Weiss in for Kelvin Washington. Of course, Alex by my side, as always. On a holiday. We are here for you and we're talking about Kenny Atkinson trying to convince people that they should have won 2 of the 3 games based on analytics. Where are you? I think he should be fired when this is all done. He's not fit to be a head coach. He signed his own death certificate trying to peddle this garbage. But 877-99 on Fox. Don, Trucker Don in Boston. You're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Trucker Don?
Oh, this ain't Trucker Don, Rob. I wish it's Don in the UP.
Don in the UP. Sorry about that.
I could only strive to be Trucker Don.
No. Don in the UP. Yes, that's right. You'd have a couple of babies out of wedlock, right?
That's right. Some babies out of wedlock at Magic City Monday, right?
Magic City. No doubt. Don from the UP. What's up, my man? What you got?
Yo, so let's just pretend for a moment that they should be up 2-1 analytically, right? And this is their own internal stats. So, like, how do you piss away 2 games that you by your own account you should have won in the conference finals? Like, what are you doing? And who says that?
Who puts that out there? 100%.
Fire him on that alone. You know, analytically, the UP should be part of Wisconsin or Canada. You know, but here we are. You don't say that.
That's right. Very, very nice. I like that.
That's pretty good. I have a question.
Thanks, Don.
Is Don still here? I have a question about that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Are there any strip clubs in the UP?
Oh my goodness, are there? So there's this awful place called Big Bonds.
Okay,
usually more people boozing in the parking lot than indoors. It's a grim scene.
I can only imagine.
But you come up for deer season, you know, and you let me know what's up, and we'll show you the experience. It's a wild time, I promise you that.
All right, Don in the UP, we appreciate you, my man. What about Orlando and El Paso? You're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Orlando? How are you?
Hey, guys. I'm good, man. Listen, Rob, I owe you an apology because last week I got a call about James Harden. Kenny Atkinson should be fired. I totally agree with you. And this is why these damn nerds with their damn tablets, it's just stay out of sports. Who says crap about analytics? At the end of the day, did you have more points than the other team? That's what counts.
That's how you win. You know, when I hear people talk about, this and no. Whoever has the most points wins. I don't care how many threes you made. I don't care about all this other stuff. Since when?
And the idea, like, behind that calculations are, like, the reason why you shouldn't have lost. You know what else uses the similar type of calculations? Landing planes.
Right.
If you land like you're doing the same type of calculation, landing a plane. They don't get the excuse of, the weather, the wind.
Orlando, you said you owe me an apology for what?
Because last week I had blasted James Harden. This has Kenny Atkinson written all over it, Rob. So you were right about that. Kenny Atkinson should be fired.
Yeah. No. I got it. Yeah, you're right. You were blaming that it was all on James, and I was just saying he has to get James Harden out of that game in that situation, and he has to do a better job coaching. But I hear you now. Thanks for the call. Appreciate it, Orlando. What about Scott in Virginia?
Scott just dropped, so we'll go to Albert in Riverside.
Albert in Riverside, you're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Albert?
The Inland Empire.
Yes, sir, IE. Hey, Glorilla's got us lit on a Magic City Monday. Good stuff, Alex. I'm with it.
My guy. I'm going to make you clap with no hands.
Wait, who's that?
Make it clap.
Make it clap with no hands on here.
Hey, Rob, I'm still with you, man. I was going off on Kenny Atkinson's job on my podcast earlier today. And
yes.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he's doing that. He did a terrible job. Like, come on, you saw James Harden was getting cooked in Game 1.
Yes, and 9 straight possessions, and you don't do anything.
Exactly, and then you tripled down after that. And Game 2, same thing, cooked by Jalen Brunson, the same thing. And then Game 3, you were in the game going to the third quarter, and then all of a sudden you can't defend nobody. It's like, dude, like, can you make some adjustments here? Like, yeah, Kenny Atkinson's got to go.
No doubt.
He cost his team the series.
Appreciate you.
My boy from the UP was talking about deer season. They've been hunting James Harden like it's first weekend of open season. And Kenny Atkinson was just like, we don't have, you know what, maybe we have a population problem. Go get him. Go get him, Jalen Brunson. Like, it was that was on to the point that you made. Kenny Atkinson should have been fired after Game 1.
Who?
Just off of
Alex,
the complete.
Who said
total,
that? Who? I said that. I was like,
that was the death penalty right there.
Joffrey said that.
Rob Parker after Game 1, and I said if I could have hired Jason Kidd after Game 1, Like, if it was humanly possible, you remember that, Brandon? Didn't I say that?
Oh, yeah,
I was with that.
And it's like, you don't necessarily do it because you're still in the middle of the war, right? You lost that battle, but you're still in the middle of the war. But this is complete and total admission that we lost this thing 2 games ago.
Right.
We lost this thing, honestly, Game 5 last series when Detroit just had a 9-point lead with 2 minutes left and blew it. That's when we lost the conference finals because we don't have a shot.
After Game 1, he doubled down and said James Harden was a great isolation defender. Like, what are we talking about?
Right, like, dude, can you watch the game? Like, no. And we weren't buying it then. All right, we do want to hear from you guys, too, on the Knicks side. Of course.
Well, I want to hear from you on the Knicks side. I hear I got some lunch coming from the Knicks.
No, yeah?
Yeah.
No, don't count your wings before a hatch.
I haven't counted much. Analytically,
8-7. No, I don't want to hear about that. 877-99 on Fox. What do you make of the Knicks? Is this like the luckiest string, an easiest path to the NBA Finals, or are they really that good? Where are you on the Knicks? Because the Hawks weren't that good, right? And the Sixers quit. Right? Despite beating Boston, they quit. Yeah. And the Cavaliers blew a 22-point lead in Game 1 and haven't made the adjustments. This has to be the easiest run to the NBA Finals when the teams that they play. The Knicks aren't this good to win every game. I don't care what anybody – I dare you. They're not. We've seen the Knicks blow games. I saw them last year against Indiana. Give up a 14-point lead with 2.5 minutes to go. I've seen it. Where are you on the Knicks? Lucky or invincible? 877-99 on Fox.
We know where Kenny Atkinson is.
Yeah, we know
on the
that.
Lucky side.
877-996-6369. All right, but first let's get you caught up. Isaac Lowenkron is at the anchor desk. What's up, Ilo?
Thank you, Rod. Hey, by the way, Martin, let me ask you something.
Yes, sir.
Who has cried more today, Young Roman or Rob Parker?
I mean, what we've seen today, especially in the last few minutes, that was rough. But again, circle of life, you know? Mm-hmm. I just like you got the brand new, fresh on earth.
I want you to notice, Isaac.
With a few tears. Then you got the old, crusty Rob Parker.
I don't know about crusty, but Hanna-Barbera.
Crusty would be a glam up, I'm afraid, for Rob.
Hanna-Barbera, I want you to look this up, Isaac.
All right, I'll look it up right now.
So Hanna-Barbera, of course, did the Flintstones.
Yes.
So they wanted to come up with another show.
Oh, no.
And they came up with the Romans, about a Roman family in Rome. Right?
The Roman holidays. Oh, my gosh, holidays.
You're right. It was after the Flintstones, I believe, but they made another show.
Oh, my gosh. I didn't even know that.
Yep.
How old are you, by the way?
I know.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Rob, your age is showing.
I know. All right.
Starring, by the way, you'll never believe this, folks, Dom DeLuise.
Was he the voice?
Yeah, he was.
Oh, wow.
You want to talk about a
multi-talented
individual. There's going to be...
Alex, can you pull it up? Dom DeLuise singing Texas Has a Whorehouse in It. That is Dom DeLuise.
Wow.
That's one of the all-time great songs, and we'll play it after your update.
I did not expect the conversation to go into the direction that it went into, but then again, I'm not surprised. Well, people will be surprised if the Cleveland Cavaliers can rally and keep the Eastern Conference Finals going. They'll have a chance starting at the top of the hour when they host Game 4 against the New York Knicks, who lead the series 3-0. They're seeking their first NBA Finals appearance in 27 years. Also at the top of the hour, Game 3 of the NHL's Eastern Conference Finals from Montreal, with the Carolina Hurricanes and the Canadiens tied at 1 win apiece. Baseball right now, the Arizona Diamondbacks a 6-2 lead at San Francisco, top of the 9th inning. The Washington Nationals have an 8-2 lead at Cleveland. This game only in the top half of the 5th inning. The Nationals have already hit 6 home runs, including James Wood homering to lead off the game, his 13th of the season. Kyle Schwarber, his major league leading 21st home run for the Phillies, who have a 1-0 lead at San Diego in the top of the 4th. The Cincinnati Reds beat the Mets at Citi Field 7-2. The Mets now 22-32 on a 4-game losing streak. They've also lost 6 of 7. The New York Yankees with a dramatic comeback win at Kansas City 4-3. Royals took a 3-2 lead on a home run by Bobby Witt Jr. in the the bottom of the 8th, but then with 1 out in the top of the 9th inning, the Yankees' Anthony Volpe came through with a clutch 2-run single to win the game. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Ilo.
Here we go, Ilo. Ready? Texas has a whorehouse in it. Me with the skull. This is Dom DeLuise. And Cardinal Lust. Filthy Dr. Tales and Cardinal Lust. Dancing going on inside it. Don't you think they've gone plumb wild? No one denied it. Now I think I'm getting riled. Party close together. Legs are rearranged. And the sheriff does not close it down. That's very strange. Does not close it down. That's very strange. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Finment.
And wouldn't let you near. 90 miles from here. And now I own Melvin P. Thorpe Singers.
I might have known that you'd have the lyrics memorized. You know, Martin, Rob is like an onion. You keep peeling back fascinating layer after fascinating layer.
And you just tear up every time.
Rob, Alex, did you love that?
I was incredible. Ilo, you'll love this. Kelvin made the best line. He's like, Rob Parker's the Rain Man when it comes to music, radio stations, and pulls from 50 years ago.
Like,
on the back of his
when
hat.
is the last time you heard
If only it
that
could be
song?
like that with sports, we'd have a...
Well, I know, right? When was the last time I heard it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Probably 50 years?
No, a couple years ago.
Stop.
Like, that's not streaming on Apple Music.
No, it's a cassette. I
Right.
bought a cassette.
Genuinely impressed.
Like, that's not, Spotify is like, wait.
But that's
Dom
one of those.
what?
It wasn't even on Spotify. It's a YouTube
Right.
recording of a
the-
cassette.
right. Dom DeLuise. All right. I know.
Wow.
877-99 on
Rob,
Fox.
what'd you eat yesterday?
Can't tell you. I have no idea.
He knows right now because it's a baked chicken and a bag of salad because he's in his cutting days.
That's all. I've been trying to do that. You know it.
NABJ's around the corner.
Yeah. you know me too well. Eric in Austin, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio talking about the Knicks. Invincible or lucky? Where are they? They seem like they can't be beat.
What's up, Rob? What's up, Martin? How you guys doing, man?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Martin, first off, congrats on the new nephew, man. Hopefully
Thanks,
he's
bro.
going to do well. And shout out to Roman for being born, man. So I think with the Knicks, I guess I would say it's a little bit of luck. But I don't know about y'all, but I feel like I'm watching them in this playoff run, and I feel like they're giving off a little bit of the old Spurs types of run. Like, they don't have the biggest names besides Cat and Brunson, but they're playing the best team basketball out of anybody left in the playoffs. And I think against the West, obviously, I think they will lose, but I will give them a slight puncher's chance just because, like I said, they're playing the best team basketball I've seen in a minute, honestly.
Yeah, I don't think they'll beat anybody from the West, but I hear you. And I all the people who were mad when I said Tibbs should have been fired. Now, I'm not a Mike Brown guy. I have to be the first one to raise my hand. I'll call him Charlie Brown until he wins the championship. But Tibbs needed to be fired last year when they choked against the a lot of people were mad that he got fired.
Well, I think the
Thanks for the
response
call.
was when he gets fired, it's like, okay, well, where are you going to get better? And there's a level of very much like Jerry Jones and
Sometimes
other
you just
owners
gotta
who
get
are
rid
kind
of
of in
people.
front, like James Dolan. They'll get everything they do gets painted with a bad brush, even though it may not be the worst thing in the world. I was concerned when they fired Tibbs because I didn't see what I think is – because my take on this is I think that the Knicks aren't – I don't think they're getting lucky. I think that there is a level of opponent injury. But taking Karl Anthony Towns and putting him in the role that he's been in this postseason, going from 1 assist last year under Tibbs to 6.5 this year under Mike Brown, taking Jalen Brunson off the ball, this Knicks team, that is why you hire a new head coach.
But when they won game one, it wasn't he had the ball. He had to make things happen.
But I'm saying the way that they've deployed Cat in the first 3 quarters allows Jalen Brunson to come in with 7 minutes left and just deep fry whoever's guarding him. Okay. And that's the thing for me. I just think it's an impressive switch. You saw the same thing with Draymond and Steph Curry.
Carl in Mobile, Alabama. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Carl?
Hey, guys, happy Memorial Day. Shout out to all the veterans out there.
Absolutely. But you know what? My father, my brother, all veterans, and I have the utmost respect for people who are willing to put their lives on the line for everybody else's freedom. Absolutely.
Absolutely. So, yeah, I'm a longtime Spurs fan, first thing I want to say. But when the Spurs lost to the Knicks in the Las Vegas Emirates Cup, whatever that thing is called, after the game, Victor Wembanyama said the Knicks are a good team. He said the Knicks are a good team. And I said to myself, what is he talking about? The Knicks? But when the Knicks play like this, they are a good team. When they play defense, move the ball, and make their shots. Brunson was making shots like I have never seen. I mean, off the top of the backboard, fadeaways. I mean, their shots
No,
are
everything's
falling.
going in. Absolutely. Even that Shamet basket that was huge, hit off the back. You know, that could have easily bounced off, and they would have lost game one. Like that was a great bounce for them.
Yes, so there's a lot of luck involved with the Knicks. Those shots are going in, and when they play like this, they are a good team. And the coach of the Portland Trailblazers that won a championship with Bill Walton, I can't remember his name. What was his name? The coach of the Trailblazers. He said basketball is a very simple game. You make your shots, you win. It's very simple.
Yeah, no, I agree. Unless you're Kenny Atkinson and the analytics tell you that you should have won 2 of the 3 games because your analytics are better. Have you ever heard anything like that?
I thought it was hilarious. Why would you expect Rob to know Jack Ramsey's name when he didn't have a hit single in 1957?
There you go. Jack Ramsey. I almost forgot about Jack Ramsey.
Almost.
You know what I was thinking of? I was thinking of Lenny Wilkins in that era, but that's Seattle.
Now, if Jack Ramsey had come out with There's a Whorehouse in Texas, he'd know everything about him.
That's right.
All he did was coach the Portland Trailblazers to a championship in 1977.
Are you not impressed? You're not impressed that I'm saying Texas has a whorehouse in it by Dom DeLuise? Come on.
Music history radio. That's one thing.
All right.
Sports radio.
Appreciate it. All right. Coming up, we got a little
Dr. Jack Ramsey should have had if he had I Dream of Jeannie. He came up with that. We'd be all through.
I would do that. All right. We got a little Shekel City. We'll do that and much more. It is the Odd Couple.
I'm beating the odds today.
On a Magic City Monday, on a Memorial Day evening. Rob Parker, Martin Weiss filling in for Kelvin Washington right here on Fox Sports Radio. Stick and stay.
For more fun songs from the past by the US of A, Rob Parker.
Todd Monken met with the media earlier this week, specifically on Monday, to discuss the quarterback controversy, we'll call it there in Cleveland. They believe that they have 3 guys who are all vying for one gig: Shedeur Sanders, Deshaun Watson, Dylan Gabriel. And Todd Monken met with the media and said, quote, about the, I guess you would call him incumbent starter, Shedeur Sanders. He said, I think Shedeur's come miles in terms of his progressions, getting the ball out, his understanding of the concepts. I think he's really, really, really come a long way.
Todd Monken just got there. What? He wasn't there last year. Kelvin, what did he see between in shorts and the post draft camp?
Don't disrespect the 2 months remember just 2 months ago he said I need to see some more from him, and now he said he didn't seen it.
2 months? I mean, seriously, like the idea. Just say what is the game that these guys got to play to coach speak? Like all you got to do is say, there's going to be a competition. I'm here. I'm new. I'm going to take a look at everybody. I'm going to play the best quarterback that gives us the best chance to win.
You don't think he's doing that?
No, that's not what he said. I'm just saying, like Shedeur's not going to start. We just had Jay Crawford. He's in Cleveland. What'd he say?
He said
Deshaun's going to start. You believe that. Rob G, you don't believe that? I think everybody knows. Now, if he doesn't play well, could they pull him? Absolutely.
I think we're going to see all 3 starters.
You might. But definitely there's no ifs, ands, or buts that it's going to be Deshaun. We talked about it. They owe him $1 gazillion. There's nothing they can do about it. They can't cut him. It would devastate their franchise. So they got to see if they can get something from him.
Do you think they would want Shedeur to be great in the sense that so they can move on from the Deshaun Watson, close that door? I know they owe him the money, but you owe him the money, meaning it ain't. You owe him anyway, but would you rather?
Shedeur didn't do enough last year.
No, I agree with that. But I'm saying this summer, let's say this summer, you're like, please take that leap so that we can go, this is our guy. Because we don't want to, I don't think they're sold on Deshaun either. I think they're just like, he's slightly better version and we owe him $1 gazillion.
But the only thing is, if Shedeur, and Rob G has talked about these numbers, they're like the worst. You get like this is not like haterade or something. These are factual numbers, like the worst starting quarterback, right, Rob G?
This is for you, Rob, because there's some stats I save in a specific folder because I know you like to go to them frequently, and this is one I'm keeping.
Rob G, can you pull up the Shedeur standards?
You don't want that
the stinky
Shedeur. Give me the stinky stats.
They don't even say like what the stat is.
Stats.
Send me the bad Shedeur stats.
Give me the bad ones.
Here it is. The Browns went 3-4 in games Shedeur started. His 10 interceptions over the final 8 weeks, most in the NFL during that span. Of the 36 quarterbacks with at least 200 passing attempts last year, Shedeur Sanders ranked last in completion percentage, last in passer rating, last in adjusted yards per attempt, last in adjusted net yards per attempt, and he had the second to last in interception rate.
Roger, can you give me the good Shedeur stats, please?
I don't got those.
You don't got those?
No.
Hey, Alex, something's wrong with the radio because we can't hear anything. Oh, I'm sorry. We got radio silence.
Get the good stats.
That's what's happening.
Here we go. Here's a good Shedeur stats.
All right, ready, go. I'm not letting y'all do that. Don't act like Shedeur. You know what I'm about to say because I ain't got but 3 things to say about him. Shedeur.
Those stats are standing next to Steph Curry's big-time shots.
There you go. There you go, Alex, my man.
Rob G, what's Steph's shots under 30 seconds?
He has those too for me. I need those.
Rob G will be like, he's hit every shot at 3 minutes. No, Rob G, under the minute. Under the minute.
0 for 12. In shots to tie or put this team ahead.
Can't remember what he had for breakfast, but he remember those stats. Hey, I'll say this. I do think we're going to get similar to what we got last year. Well, what did we have? Joe Flacco. I don't remember the order. Was it then Dylan Gabriel and then Shedeur, right?
Yep,
I think we're going to get that again. Well, we're going to get maybe not that order, but we're going to get Deshaun. We owe you a bunch of money. You're more talented than the two of those guys. Let's roll you out there. And I think they're banking on low-key. I think they're banking on all of them not being great so that they can say, hey, we tried. And if they end up, 3 and what would that be, 14, 4 and
what, Arch Manning?
Yeah, and go get Arch, go get Moore, go get one of Dante Moore, go get one of these guys.
You got quarterbacks coming out there.
That's what I'm saying. So I do think they're going to say, hey, so you can look your fan base and say, hey, we made a mistake. We paid
Deshaun
all
if that's the case,
money.
Then I would have put Shedeur in to start the season. If I want to lose, I will put Shedeur in.
Yeah, a couple.
I had a glizzy in my mouth.
Close. Martin Weiss filling in for Kelvin Washington. I'll be joined here by Rob Parker, the star of the show, in just a moment. As soon as he gets that baked chicken out of his teeth.
I'm
just saying, hey, you know what? I know you got to get that big gulp out of that big gulp, so I'll just go ahead and let you get it. Get ready to go.
Bad part? I caved. You know why? The big gulp is now 59 cents, and I can't. For a fountain drink, I can't.
You can't turn it down, huh?
I can't turn it down. A 59-cent fountain drink.
Are you kidding me?
I got to get as many as I can before they put it back to full price.
Absolutely.
I tell you, I remember a moment in time.
Here we go.
A competing, what do you call those? Convenience type store.
Is this a flashback?
Oh boy. Oh yeah. Do the whole. Yep. A competing convenience store had a sale on their fountain drinks at 2 for something, and that cashier
It was in the window.
The cashier did not want to honor the price. Let me tell you something. Rob Parker bothered that poor name tag wearing minimum wage earning person until the corporate office sent him cards to the station.
They did.
Imagine that. Some poor SOB is just trying to go to work.
Alex, you can't have something in the window that says it's a certain price, and when I come in there, you tell me, oh, no, the price isn't right. They tried to do this to this guy in Kentucky Fried Chicken. I wasn't even buying the thing that was on sale. You know, that was advertised. Yes. So the guy comes in. Excuse me.
Oh,
there comes the chicken.
Excuse me. And he orders like a, the thing that was in the window. And the woman says like, oh, no, sorry, we can't give it to you. The sale's over with. You got to pay full price. And I said, no. I said,
no way.
And the guy was going to just take it. I said, dude, don't do that. Said, the sign in the window is the sale price. You have to get it for that price.
Honor it, right.
Honor it, and then you take the sign down. Yep. After you give it to him, he came in to buy it.
Respect.
For sale. And the guy was just going to go along with it. And you know what? Because I made it stink. I was like the third customer in line. He was at the register. And here I am butting in on his transaction.
Man of the people.
And guess what he got? He got it for the sale price.
You know who was furious? The second guy in line.
Yeah. Why?
Because if you're the third guy in line and this first guy is right here, and the second guy is like, it's always me. It's always me. So I hope with those shekels you've saved over the years that you made some money in Shekel City.
Hey.
Welcome to Shekel City, the home base for Rob Parker's daily picks against the spread.
All right.
Odds beat back this time.
It has been a bad couple days for Shekel City. You got a tissue for me? Because I was rolling. Martin, I was 142 and 108. Now I've lost 6 in a row. I was 0-3 the last time out. I'm now 142 and 114, which is still
Rob,
a nice number, but I need to get back on the winning track.
You know what Janet Jackson always says?
What have you done for me lately?
I get it. Well, here we go tonight. I'm going to go with the Cavaliers plus 2.5.
Oh, God bless you.
They lose by 1.
Cleveland! Is that the real score or the expected score you're taking?
Yes. Cavaliers
by 1?
Cavaliers plus 2.5. They lose by 1 and they cover. All right, I got the Dodgers minus 1.5. They're hosting the Rockies. And I have the Mariners minus 1.5. They're in Sacramento taking on the A's. So I got to get back on a winning track after 6 straight losses.
Hell yeah.
It has been a rough patch for me. Cavaliers plus 2.5. My best bet is the Dodgers minus 1.5 and the Mariners minus 1.5. And remember, Martin, I'm not telling you who to bet on. I'm telling you who I bet on.
Did I do that?
I did do that.
All right, so just as you see this 1-point loss for the Cavaliers, how do you see it playing out? Do you see a Jalen Brunson game winner, Cat game winner, or like a Cavalier miss with the game on the line? Like, how do you see them getting the ball down 1 and the James Harden turnover? Like, what's the last? Because if it goes to the last, if it's a 1-point game, it's going to go to the last play. Yeah. I'm just curious what your vision is.
It's just a missed shot. They've just a missed shot. They just haven't shot consistently, and they have a chance to win it and extend the series, and they miss it. And that would be fitting to me from where this series has gone. Because everything, and you know this, if you win game 1 the way that they could have, and they didn't have to win by 22. You just win the game. They played well. They played well, Martin, up until that. They really, really played well. Madison Square Garden, the whole 9 yards, and it would have changed the whole series. I'm not saying it would automatically mean they would have won, but it would have changed the series.
I have a sneaky feeling that this is going to be Knicks drive the ball down, hit a shot to go up 1, right? Like you said, to go up 1. Because I do like this bet, actually, now that I think about it more and more.
Well, Cavaliers plus 2.5?
Nobody's going to be betting on the Knicks.
Right.
Nobody's going to be betting on the Knicks. And this Cavaliers team is DUN, deep-fried done. I can see an inbounds to James Harden, and they don't get a shot up.
Okay. That would be fitting. And then Kenny Atkinson will say, the analytics say we should have won that game.
We were expected to get a shot up, is what he's saying in the postgame.
Yeah, exactly. All right, well, there you go. Hour number 2's coming up, and we're going to talk about Wemby and what he's been able to do. And everyone knows it's Wemby. You want to be here for that. Can't wait. Hour number 2 of The Odd Couple. Stick and stay.
America!
We are Blackboard.
It's the Odd Couple. You know what time it is. It's your boys.
Let's get it. The Odd Couple is fun.
Check.
And informative.
Check.
What's up, America? You want to talk sports with 1.5 of the best-looking guys in the game?
That game was incredible.
You are wrong. You'll be king of the water cooler.
What's it like working with Rob? Rob in his mind is like Chris Rock mixed with Richard Pryor, so I'm running out of fake laughs. Ha ha, Rob. Rob is very passionate.
Son, you ain't ready for this. Well, I don't have BS in my game. I'm straightforward. I'm honest. You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice. And, of course, it doesn't hurt that I'm right most of the time. Kelvin is the nice guy, wants to make everybody feel warm and fuzzy.
You done? Let me tell you the truth. I bring the energy, a youthful energy. Rob's not gonna see this, is he? And I bring an honest opinion. Michael Jordan, I can't take it anymore. I need a break. I'm gonna go play baseball.
Trash Talking Tuesday is the best.
It's a great opportunity for folks to call in and they get to trash whomever.
Who you trashing, Roger?
I'm trashing LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
Oh, okay.
They can't even hold Wilt Chamberlain's shoes.
Stop talking about the king like that. It's a new era. Let LeBron be the best, please.
I only recognize one king in the United States, and that's Burger King. The connection with the Odd Couple audience is incredible. We really invite them in.
And they can relate, whether it be things about our own personal lives or our takes on sports.
Love you guys. You guys are killing it.
Hey, we appreciate you. Thank you for rocking with your boys. They feel like it's just my guys, just my friends, and they join right in on the show.
We talk with the listeners, not at them.
Obviously, you can listen to us live, but you can still check out the podcast. You can check out our YouTube. You can check us out on social media. So in any way you want to get it, you can get it.
Yes.
There's some yelling. It is some hot takes. It's a whole lot of fun. I'll give you that.
It is fun. I agree. Begrudgingly.
The Odd Couple.
Sports talk that's too good and too fun.
Coming up moments from now, it's Game 4 of the NBA's Eastern Conference Finals from Cleveland, with the New York Knicks holding a 3-0 lead over the Cavaliers. Facing off moments from now, Game 3 of the NHL's Eastern Conference Finals from Montreal, with the Carolina Hurricanes and the Canadiens tied at 1 victory apiece. Baseball right now, the Washington Nationals with a 10-2 lead at Cleveland after 6. The Nationals have hit 6 home runs, including 2 by Curtis Mead. James Wood led off the game with his 14th home run. The Phillies' Kyle Schwarber with his Major League leading 21st home run, as Philadelphia has a 1-0 lead at San Diego after 5. The Cincinnati Reds beat the Mets at Citi Field 7-2. The Mets on a 4-game losing streak and have lost 6 of their last 7. I'm Isaac Lowenkron.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Our number two. With Alex, who also works on holidays with me.
Yeah,
I want to give him credit. You know, you deserve credit.
I want some credit.
That's right. It is the Odd Couple on a Magic City Monday, a Memorial Day Monday as well. Hope you're enjoying the long holiday weekend and been safe, and you and your family and barbecues. I know there's been some bad weather in some spots.
No phony conies.
That's right, on Memorial Day. It is the Odd Couple. Rob Parker, Martin Weiss in for Kelvin Washington. He'll be back tomorrow. We'll do that. And be sure to check out the YouTube channel.
Every time it makes me laugh.
A lot of people have subscribed. We want more. Just search Odd Couple FSR on YouTube. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that button, tap that thumbs up icon, and comment away. Again, just search Odd Couple FSR and subscribe. The Knicks and Cavs are about to tip off for Game 4 in Cleveland. Knicks up 3-0. We'll take a major miracle for the Cavs to win the next 4. They showed resilience against the Pistons. If you remember, they were down 0-2. They lost Game 5 at home. Game 5.
They won Game 5 on the road.
On the road. Lost Game 6 at home, and then went to Detroit and kicked their butts in Game 7 to advance to play the Knicks. But blew Game 1 and just really haven't recovered since then. So we'll keep you updated with that. Grant Mona, who covers the Clippers and the NBA beat for the Sporting Tribune, will join us in about 27 minutes. So we got a lot to get to in this hour. But Martin Weiss, you know, I'm always the guy who's pumping the brakes on stuff. A lot of people in sports nowadays, they want to crown everybody. Everybody's this, they're the greatest ever. You know, they're prisoner of the moment. They're always ready to go overboard on people. And I'm going to say this. I'm going to pump the brakes. I'm not one of those guys, even with Wemby and his success and what he's been able to do. He's 22 years old. I'm not here. He's the greatest player who's ever going to play in the NBA. It's just too soon for that. You got to stay healthy. You got to put up numbers. Got to win some championship. There's a lot that goes with it.
It's too soon, bro.
Absolutely. And a lot of people get ahead of themselves and want to crown people. But for you, Martin Weiss, you heard about Wemby. You heard about what was coming. And unlike me, Martin, where I was on board with Wemby, everyone knows it's Wemby. We need it one more time. Everyone knows it's Wemby. All right. We here on the Odd Couple have been on the Wemby bandwagon from day one.
Yeah.
But you weren't. Why weren't you in the beginning, and why have you changed your mind?
You know, I actually found the actual original song of this
Find it, Alex.
It's like the same thing over and over again.
No, it's not.
I'm
it's
convinced.
windy by the association.
Yes, in 1950-something.
Where'd you find this?
Well,
it was such a catchy. It was such a catchy tune. Admit it, that you were like, where did he get that from? That sounds so good. Everyone knows it's windy. Down the streets of the city, smiling with everybody she sees. To capture a moment, everyone knows it's windy.
Now,
and windy has stormy.
They played at Magic City.
All right.
Your point.
So, no. Really, what the problem is, I've been lied to too many times. It's like the little boy in Holland had to stick his finger in the levee to make sure it didn't flood.
You mean in the dike?
I honestly could not remember the word. In New Orleans, it's a levee. But you had to stick
his the dike.
We don't put that in here.
But you know what I mean?
He put his thumb in the dike.
But he had to go ahead and do that. Otherwise, the city was going to flood. Nobody believed that the city was going to flood, right? Or the boy who cried wolf. Because I heard you can't miss on Zion Williamson.
All right, there you go.
You know what I'm saying? You can't miss.
And you're from New Orleans. That was your guy.
I was telling people, Mark Gunnels has my witness. I know he's done guest spots on the show before. I'm not just throwing a name out of nowhere. I was telling anybody that could listen to me, draft Ja Morant #1. Turned out it would have been a miss either way, but at least you had a couple years in the postseason with Ja. Either way, I've been lied to too many times. I've been told generational for so long.
They use it very flippant.
And every single year, there is a new generational prospect, which fundamentally devalues generational in a way that words mean things. I know I went to J school in the last of a dying breed. I use a dictionary. So things, I may be old school in that regard. But I'm 36 years old. So just keep that in mind. From 1989 to now, in terms of designated prospects who were top-notch, prospects who were generational, I have 3. I have Shaq, LeBron, and Victor Wembanyama.
Okay.
I'm not talking about what they did once they got into the league, right? But I'm talking about when you see the generational label and then how that translates to domination of the league. Say what you will about LeBron's ability to close out championships. The Eastern Conference was on lock for a decade. Nobody in the East.
He didn't win enough, but go ahead. I got you.
Very much like when Michael Jordan was in the East, there was a ton of people he blocked from winning finals.
A lot of Hall of Famers.
Sure.
Reggie Miller, Patrick Ewing. Who else am I missing?
The list goes on, right? And so when I see the same thing or a very similar thing with LeBron, not necessarily the domination across the entire league that Michael Jordan had, but LeBron also had his level of domination. That's what I feel when I see Victor Wembanyama. Part of the reason why we have had 7 unique championships or 7 unique champions in 7 unique years is because we have not had a generational guy on any one of those teams. You have to have a guy that at the end of the day, the best coaches in the world are on their whiteboard or digital, whatever the whiteboard is now in 2026, drawing plays up. And they're sitting there looking like Oppenheimer trying to draw up the bomb and say, we have no solution. We have no plan. We don't know what to do. We are going to come up with something like Hack-a-Shack, right? In order to the Jordan rules, right? In order to we have to change everything we've done to try to impact this player because everything has changed. Nothing is the same when you're looking at this guy. That's what I see when I see in my lifetime Shaq, when I see LeBron, and when I see Wemby, all for different reasons. Wemby, obviously, the height and just the raw ability, but health. Obviously, with the big asterisk, health working, because this is year 3. Health working? I mean, you tell me the plan. I've heard enough, and this is my last thing I'll say. Heard enough about, Giannis's trade value went up because he's the only person that can credibly guard Wemby. No. It did not. Like, there's nobody on the planet that can credibly guard Wemby.
No, unless you hack him. You
He
know
could
what I
be
mean, right?
the Wemby botherer, right? But he ain't going to guard. Oh, he'll guard Wemby to the tune of 27, 15, and 5, right? Congratulations.
I'm with you, but I got to admit, and I'm not crowning Wemby anything. That's just not me. I've been covering this league since 1987. I've heard all the stories. I'm like you. I've heard all the stories and everybody and who everybody's great and this and that and he's the next thing, best thing since sliced bread and all those kind of things. And I just know that there's a long way because Victor Wembanyama had blood clots. Remember that? That derailed him, sidelined him. Big guys like that usually have leg issues, Martin. They have ankles, feet. You know what I mean? Like a lot of guys have gone through that. Now, if Wemby can stay healthy for a long stretch of time, he's going to be able to do a lot of damage. But we were on Wemby from the beginning. Like I'm not trying to make a song just because. I really was looking at this guy thinking, we haven't seen anything like this. A guy 7'5" who can handle a basketball, pull up that ridiculous three he made in game 1. Martin, which against OKC, which was just outrageous, right? Any coach would be like, no, don't shoot that. Don't. Swish. What? 7'5" guy that far from the 3-point line?
You said 2 bombs.
Right, but game 1, that was a huge shot.
I mean, they're going for 2 for 1 if he misses it potentially,
I get it.
but like ultimately,
but still to make it,
and not only to make it, but the stones to take it. Because if you watch the play, he's calling for the ball, he's clapping for the ball, like give it to me, and he's shooting it as soon as he catches it. So it was definitely something like it was a premeditated shot. And how many times you see guys with all the bravado right before they catch the ball, and then it's like, oh, okay, well, I'm not comfortable here. That's one of my favorite things about the kid is that win, lose, or draw, he has this energy that is really restoring the feeling of what I used to like, what felt like the NBA used to felt like in the 90s and the early 2000s when I was growing up watching it.
I'm gonna give you a guy, and he's not his size or player, but just talking about wanting the ball in those situations and stuff. When they gave Chauncey Billups Mr. Big Shot that nickname,
sure,
very few players wanted the ball, Martin. You know what I mean? In those spots, wasn't afraid to take the shots, and often he made them. Like that was you couldn't have given him a better nickname during that time. And they won, of course. He was the MVP and beat the Shaq and Kobe Lakers in 2004. If you go back and look at that team and look at Chauncey Billups and look at Larry Brown and what was put together, it was just they just showed a replay of the block on Reggie Miller. It was like 26 years ago or something, like just today or yesterday or whatever. And I just saw that. I covered that game in Indiana. It was a classic a move on that team. But anyway, my point is a guy who wants the ball and a guy who's not afraid to take the shot and a guy who's now making the shot. I'm all in on Wemby. I'm not saying he's going to be the greatest player ever, but I'm here for that. I'm here to watch Wemby every chance I get. I want to see what he's doing. It's just like, they kid me all the time, right? Alex, what do you always kid me about? Is if Aaron Judge comes up to the plate.
List. Is that Aaron?
I want to see his at bats. This guy has a chance to hit 50 or more home runs if he does it this year, Martin. 5 times. Nobody in the 150-year history of Major League Baseball has ever done it.
Top 5 slugger all time.
I want to see that. I want to see guys like that, and that's where I'm at on Wemby. I bought in from the very beginning. I'm buying in now. I'm not crowning him, but he is must-see TV.
There's no doubt about it. And I think, especially to what I keep going back to it, but his attitude, the play gets you there, and then the attitude keeps you there, right? Like, you sit there and watch him play a great game, and I'm not, like Luka Doncic, for example, this first few years, will come in and dominate, right? You see him dominate offensively, and then you see him turn around and complain. And it's like, man, it's like as great.
He's a hard watch.
It's after a while it gets grating. Wemby, for all 14 feet of him when he's extended with his arms, they're grabbing him before he can jump. And part of the thing is, and it's juxtaposed, especially Washington play, this OKC team, which will fall. You talk about everybody knows it's windy, will fall down if somebody breathed on them, Lance Stevenson style against LeBron. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander will fall and he got punched in the face, right? Wemby, on the other hand, is fighting through all this contact at a guy who obviously strong for his size, but for his size, very, very slight man. Like, he's a skinny guy to be that size. He's not exactly built like Giannis when you're looking at him, more built like Chet Holmgren, and he's able to fight through that with no complaints and no excuses. And it's just it's refreshing to see a guy who is embracing the fact that the guy won the MVP, who I'm about to play against. Yeah, I didn't like that. Like, he cares, and caring can be cool.
All right, 877-99 on Fox, 877-99-663-69. Were you like me and in on Wemby from day one? Everyone knows it's Wemby. That graphic, isn't that beautiful?
It's like, I love the Boondock style illustration. Right
One more
there.
time. That's what
everyone knows
Elijah.
it's Wemby.
Beautiful. Everyone knows it's Wemby. Or you like Martin, and you finally come around.
Who put it together?
And you, Elijah.
Who?
Never heard of him.
Elijah, there you go.
Who?
Or if you're like Martin, and now you've come to the party. You were late to the party, but you're in now. You're having something to drink. You're all about Wemby as well. Must see.
I like the vibes, too.
What side of the fence are you on?
That neon
From
sign
day
over
one,
there is turning it up.
or are you now a Wemby guy when you weren't in the beginning? It is the Odd Couple on a Magic City Memorial Day Monday. Rob Parker, Martin Weiss in for Kelvin Washington. And you know what you need to do.
What's that?
Stick and stay.
Especially if you're feeling like Denny Green with Wemby in the US of A.
Now, if you want to crown them, then crown their ass. But they are who we thought they were, and we let them off the hook.
Speaking of the high and mighty, our savior, the king here in Los Angeles, LeBron James, he was on the Mind the Game podcast with himself and Steve Nash. And they were discussing, whether or not he's going to come back next season. He's going to retire. He's going to come to LA. Maybe he'll go somewhere else. And LeBron James laid out his timeline for the offseason. Take a listen.
I'm still in the moment of just taking my time and saying I haven't even really thought about it too much. Obviously, I understand that I'm a free agent and I can control my own destiny. If being here with this franchise, for the foreseeable future, or if it's going somewhere else. But I think at some point, up in June, late June, as July roll around, free agency starts to gets going and. As July rolling, maybe into August, we start to kind of get a feel of, what my future may look like. If it's continuing to play the game that I love, which I know I can still give so much to the game and play at a high level, or if it's not.
He has the right to do that. We talked about this with Aaron Rodgers. My thing used to be with the Pittsburgh Steelers, not Aaron. Aaron, if he's telling you, hey, I don't know, I'm trying to figure this out, I'm trying to, figure out my life. That's his right. That's his prerogative. What were you going to do, Pittsburgh? Same thing with the Lakers for me, Rob. He's earned that if he wants to do that, if he wants to wait. I don't think the Lakers should wait. I don't think any team should wait right now in the sense that you're trying to build your roster to compete with either the Cavs or the Knicks potentially, but more importantly, probably the Thunder and the Spurs. And you're trying to build your team up to compete and be ready to rock and roll next year and moving forward. So sitting there and wait, he said between late June and August, That's like a month and a half. I can't be held hostage a month and a half. Is he coming? Is he not? Wait. He said another needed 2 weeks because you're going to miss guys. You're going to miss trade opportunities. You're going to miss, free agents. You're going to miss different things. And I just think it's not wise to do so when you're trying to build a roster that can compete with the best teams in the league. So if I'm the Lakers, I would say, hey, again, love to have you back. Here's a price. Here's a timeline. Not saying you have to do this exact date, but if you can work around here, for them, if it's, first, mid-June, late June, we would love great. We'll have our draft coming up. We got some free agents. This is the price and this is the timeline for us that works. We'd love to have you back. I think that's fair. I think you're keeping it real, and I think you're presenting him an opportunity to be down with what you're trying to do. But I cannot be held hostage if I'm trying to build a roster that can compete with the best teams as we're watching right now in the NBA.
Yeah, I'm with you. If I'm a team – LeBron, like his timetable doesn't match up with
late June, August, but the season
it doesn't match up. Like what are you talking about? Like teams got to figure out what they're doing, who they should want to go after with free agents, how much money they have to spend, how much is it going to cost to get you, you know what I mean, and make you feel comfortable.
I got to match money.
Like there's all of that I think is important. I just don't understand like his timetable and what he's trying to get at and have people wait. I think it works against him as far as his salary or wanting to go somewhere when they say this is all we have.
That's a good point, Rob, because if he wanted, say, 40.
Right, this is all we have.
But all we have is, 18 left because you
waited too late and then we're going to wait around and not make any moves and then you don't come our way. Now what? And in free agency, that's the one thing about the NBA. Like, everybody signs immediately because people eat up their money. It ain't like baseball. Guys don't sign until the new year.
Whatever you want,
you know what I mean? Like, you're waiting because there is no cap. You could get a deal whenever. In basketball, everybody signs in the first 3 hours because the money's gobbled up. Right. It's
what they offer me 5 years, $250, sign. Let's go.
I'm taking it, right. Like if you wait around, the money's gone. And that's why I don't understand his timetable. It does sound weird.
It's a little lengthy to go from late June to August because, again, if the point – and he talked – what else he said in this episode, Rob G, was he talked about the fact he said we were just out-talented. He said we competed. We didn't get out-competed. We weren't out-toughed, if you will. It wasn't a matter of that. It was just we were out-talented. Again, in the Thunder, we know how talented they are. I don't disagree with that.
I would have been I don't know. How about short-handed? Is that a better word than out-talented? You're missing a top player.
Yeah, I get
do you know what I'm saying? Like you're missing Luka. He's one of the best players. I think what he was
trying to imply was because he said, I'm not trying to – I'm paraphrasing, but his point was I'm trying to – say anything about our team, but
yes, we
didn't match the talent, and they don't have the talent of the Thunder. But my point is, if I'm trying to,
Luka's a big miss.
That's a 35, almost 35 point miss.
That's what I'm saying. When you say that, it ain't like Luka played and you said we didn't have enough talent, dude. We were shorthanded. Like I'm not making an excuse.
Sports Radio. Ilo with the flashlight up as Cardi B.
This was music we should have been playing at the pool party.
Edited, you can barely get it out.
Give me the money shot. It's all good. All right.
It's amazing that this has more edited words than there's whorehouses in Texas, or Texas' biggest whorehouse.
That's right. Texas has a whorehouse in it. All right, Rob Parker, Martin Weiss in for Kelvin Washington on this Magic City Memorial Day Monday. Glad you can join us. Hope you're having a good time with family and friends over the holiday weekend. 877-99 on Fox. And we do want to know, are you late to the party on the Wemby party? Martin is late. Martin had his guards up, didn't want to buy into Wemby as being this generational guy. Of course, everybody here at The Odd Couple, we were on board from Jump Street. We were all about it. Everyone knows it's Wemby. When we make a song here on The Odd Couple, you know you're in with us because we don't make a song for everybody. But we want to hear from you. 877-99 on Fox. And here we go. Let's have people jump in. Let's start with, if I can get to my phone, let's start with Richard in Redding, California. You're on The Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Richard?
Yo, what's up, guys?
How are you?
I'm doing well, man. How about you?
All good. You know that. Even on a holiday, man, I enjoy working. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, glad to hear it. I appreciate your guys' service. You guys, best show in radio.
Thank you, my man.
Yeah, to be honest, I am late to the train. I saw Wemby. I was like, this guy's tall, he's lanky, and I didn't think he had it. I was like, he's going to be one of those Zion Williamson type guys that comes into the league. Everyone's like, this guy's going to be generational, and then shows up and fizzles out. And I stand corrected, man. I was wrong, and I'm fine with that. He's crazy good.
He is crazy good. Worth the watch, too, especially. And don't forget, Richard, he's the one who also, messed around with some Buddhist monks, had his head shaved. He's very versatile.
I just wonder
he leads the league in both Buddhist monks.
When he lined up Nas Reed for that elbow, was it like with the precision the monks taught him? Like, was it it seemed a moment of rage, but really he was serene and calm as a lake.
It was peaceful.
Right.
Yes.
You wanted to put him in a slumber.
Mark in Sacramento, our NBA guy. Mark,
what's going on, gentlemen?
You're on The Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Mark?
This is for Alex. What's going on, Alex? What's going on, gentlemen?
What's up, Mark?
I did that a long time ago. Alex.
Been a while.
I know. Very much. And remember, in the beginning, we weren't sure if it was you or
What's
Alex.
going on, gentlemen? I thought that was great. Form of flattery. I thought it was great. Still do. You know me, Rob, and these young players. I enjoy watching this changing of the guard with Wemby being the centerpiece. But for the last 4 years, I've been calling the changing of the guard. And tell you what, it's good watching young faces. It's good seeing new teams. But you know what we don't see? We don't see Curry. We don't see KD. We don't see LeBron. There's a change of the guard. We're watching it.
Yeah, they're broken down. Those guys are old. It's definitely.
To me, that change of guard happened, honestly, right as Steph's last championship happened. I think that was when it was like, okay, this era of these guys they're Bruce Springsteen at this point. You know what I'm saying? They might have a good song or two, but the idea that they're going to be topping the charts all the time is not going to happen.
No. It's just they've been around for a long time.
That's
it's
what I'm saying.
Yeah, a long time. Andre in Massachusetts.
Oh, my goodness.
You're on The Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Dre?
How you doing? Thanks for taking the call. Listen, the baton is certainly being passed, and what I like to see is that Victor Wembanyama, he is not gently or gracefully taking it to run the next leg. He's snatching the baton and showing no fear, no intimidation in Oklahoma City Thunder. I was late to the party.
So you were late. I'm shocked at how many people were late to the party, huh?
Indeed, because, his whole ethos or philosophy, right? Victor Wembanyama has great functional strength. Clearly, he's very thin. He doesn't have great physical strength. So I had questions about his durability. But the way he's approached this, all the things that he does relative to yoga, and he is great. My point is he's more durable than I thought he may be. That was my number one question. He's missed games, but to this point, he has not had a significant injury. And you're seeing with him being Defensive Player of the Year that he can hold up against, big players who are physically stronger. End of the day, for me, at this pace, he looks like the modern day Lou Alcindor. those are the terms that I have to refer to him in, based on how Kareem, then Lou Alcindor, came in, won MVP, or won MVP early on, won the championship with Oscar Robertson in 71, and was just dominant for the totality of his career. That's the pace he's on. He has to stay healthy. Kareem gave us 20 good years. If he can remain healthy, he'll be talked up in those terms. Thanks for taking the call.
Yep, no doubt. Thank you. What about Will in Wisconsin? You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Will?
What's up, Rob? What's up, Martin?
Yo.
Hey, just real quick, I can't say that I'm late to the party as much as getting to my metro stop there right on time. And like guys like Jokic and those guys who were like, in their MVP winning era, championship for Jokic, he was, the prohibitive statistical best big that we've seen. It's good that Wemby's been able to, in this season, and just real quick, some weeks ago, you guys had posed a question, was the Lakers playing well the big story, at the last third of the season? And actually, it was the fact that Wemby in this season had not, sustained any injury. So, yeah, if he can stay healthy, I think he has in like a scientific sense, he's going to be able to separate himself from being, a moon to a full-on planet. So, hopefully he's able to, the series isn't over yet, but we'll see, where his career ends. But let's hope that he's able to stay healthy.
All right. Thanks, Will. Appreciate it.
Just real quick, Will makes a great point. Part of the reason why I'm like, whoa, or at the time 2 years ago was whoa, is that I'm also hearing these same people telling me that Nikola Jokic is a top X player in NBA history, top 3 players, top 3 big men. And I'm like, dude, the 1994 big men were all better than Jokic. Like David Robinson, Shaq,
not
Hakeem Olajuwon, like that. I'm just not saying, but it's the idea that he was painted as one of these all-time greats.
Yeah, but his numbers and what he was able to do, and it's a different NBA. So I understand what you're saying, but his like even the years he had better numbers years he didn't win the MVP.
But think
MVP.
about just the numbers to me.
He could have easily won like 4 or 5 of them.
But if you're using strictly, I'm not saying that you are, but if you're using just numbers to justify your voting, which I think a lot of the guys who have votes are, congratulations, the Cavaliers are up 2-1 in this series. Yeah. Right? At a certain point, you have to turn the thing on and see. And we've watched guys win MVPs and get dominated, and that's exactly what's happening this series when you had a first-team All-NBA, first-team All-Defense, and then a Defensive Player of the Year who got 5 MVP votes. That's embarrassing to me.
All right, coming up, Grant Mona from the Sporting Tribune comes up. But
I
first,
didn't just crush him on his potential MVP vote.
Let's get you caught up. ILO has your update.
Yeah, Rob, we have 3 minutes and 4 seconds left in the first quarter in Game 4 of the NBA's Eastern Conference Finals. The New York Knicks, who lead the series 3-0, up 25-22 over the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Knicks at 53% from the field. Karl Anthony Towns with 8 points and 6 rebounds already. Cleveland, meanwhile, is 4 out of 12 from three-point range. They have gotten 10 points from Donovan Mitchell, 7 points from Evan Mobley on 3 of 3 shooting. James Harden 1 out of 4 from the field. Again, 2.5 minutes left to play in the first quarter. Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals. The Knicks up 28-25 at Cleveland, with the Knicks leading the series 3-0. In Game 3 of the NHL's Eastern Conference Finals, from Montreal, the Carolina Hurricanes have just taken a 1-0 lead over the Canadiens on a goal by Shane Gostisbehere. 8 minutes and 24 seconds into the first period. They are now midway through the first period. Carolina leading Montreal 1-0, with that series tied at 1 win apiece. In Major League Baseball, the Washington Nationals with a 10-2 lead at Cleveland. In the top half of the 9th inning, the Nationals with 6 home runs in the game. The Phillies up 3-0 at San Diego. In the bottom of the 7th inning, Philadelphia's Kyle Schwarber is Major League leading 21st home run. Brandon Marsh has added a 2-run home run. Finally, Rob and Martin, back to the NHL, where we have a Stanley Cup Playoffs Shoot Your Shot update. Now, before tonight's Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Finals, the Canadiens posted a picture on social media of defenseman Caden Gooley arriving at the Bell Center in Montreal carrying a coffee cup from a local Starbucks. Eagle-eyed social media users saw that there was something written on the cup and zoomed in to find that an apparently smitten barista had scrawled, and I quote, "Hey, Caden, have a good night. Maybe I'll see you soon. I hope." Unquote. No word yet if Gooley is interested in more than just coffee. Back to you guys.
See, that's the problem with these iPhones, man.
My goodness.
That zoom. Have you? I got the newest. I got the orange iPhone, whatever one that one is. I can zoom in uncomfortably far.
Is that, what do you mean orange? Is that just the cover? Or
It's
is
like,
that
no, it's the cover, but also like the new one
What
is
is this?
orange on the inside. So I got the orange cover. But
Is this
look,
18
look,
what is
matter of
this?
fact, hold on. Matter of fact, if I pull up the camera and go ahead, zoom as far as you can, like on ILO right now. Zoom as far as you
Okay,
can.
I'm going to write something on this piece of
ILO.
paper that I've got right here and see if you can read it at the bottom of this paper right here. You know what? I'm going to turn on my little camera light here.
Yeah,
That was a nice thought exercise.
Yeah, but do that right there. I can see it.
All right, what does it say?
All right, now, funny enough, I think I can read it from here. So we'll see if Rob can.
But I can barely see it.
You know what? Honestly, America, that's my bad.
Am I right?
Because that's my bad. I instead of trying to realize that Rob Parker would have no idea how to use technology, I was trying to show him how far the zoom is. I'll zoom it in.
You just
and
ordered.
Then
He just accidentally ordered 1,000 paper clips on your Amazon
I
app.
hit the 8 on that. That's not the zoom.
Yeah, right. No, it goes to 40.
Oh, okay.
It
I
goes
just went
up
up
to
to
40. It says poop.
Yep, you got
All
it.
right. All right, let's go. All right, let's welcome now in Grant Mona. He covers the Clippers and the NBA as a whole for the Sporting Tribune and the Roundtable. And Grant, welcome to the Odd Couple. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me on, guys. And Rob, you're doing it right. The 8 times is right. You
That's
can
what-
go up to 40, but that's digital zoom. The
Yeah,
8 times is how much the glass can go.
Thank
So
you.
you're doing
That's
it right, man.
That's what I did. Martin's like, oh, it could go to 40. That's not what I, right, but that's not. I just looked at the 8 and I tried to hit it.
Either
All right.
way, it's weird.
Thank you, Grant.
I don't need a telescopic lens on my phone. Sorry.
All right,
let's get to the
let's go
business.
here. Of course, the NBA playoffs are up and running. And just real quick, I do want to. Kenny Atkinson said they're winning the analytics game, and they should have won 2 of the 3 games. What do you make of a coach who's down 0-3 talking about analytics and what they should have done?
Rob, it feels like everything that Kenny Atkinson is saying is the wrong thing to say to fans and a fan base and to a team. So I don't know why he's going about this approach.
It's weird.
Again,
It's
when
like
you're
he
down-
wants to get
it
fired.
is. Hey, listen, when you're down 0-3, anything you say is going to be, first of all, anything you say at all is going to be put under a microscope.
Right.
But if you're down 0-3 in a series where, game 1, maybe you let go and you could say, game 2, game 3, we'll get them back. In game 2 and game 3, they were worse. So I think this is just a product of the Knicks just whooping them and the fact that the Knicks are a better basketball team. And I think that Kenny Atkinson, obviously you can't say that because that's even worse than saying you analytically won. But I mean, the fact that the Cavaliers are even down 10 right now as we're speaking and a game 4 winner it's an elimination game. That just tells you about this Cavaliers team. And listen, as someone that covered the Clippers and someone that watched James Harden's playoff faults just last year and watched him this year in the first 2 series, I am not surprised by what is happening right now. I will just say that.
Yeah, anybody without a calculator who just watched the games is kind of not surprised. I think if you're doing the math, it might be a bigger issue. Now, here's one thing when we talk about doing the math. We got Grant Mono on Clippers beat writer. What, if anything, I mean, because we're watching this postseason, obviously Knicks going crazy, but the story has been Victor Wembanyama and his ascension. Now, you cover the league as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, teams that are planning for next season, if you're not planning what's our Victor Wembanyama plan, then you're not doing your job. What possibly is – I mean, teams have to be looking at this saying, what do we do? Are you hearing anything about guys trying to, put something together, or is it just like the Thunder are saying, he's 8 feet tall, we're going to lose?
Well, the thing about it is, and I've said this many times, but I'll say it here now, Wemby is going to change the way teams game plan. He's going to change the way teams draft. He's going to change the way teams go about free agency. Because, game 1 was a coming out party of sorts in terms of a national stage, even though we've been watching Wemby for 3 years and we kind of know what kind of player he is. But in terms of the dominance against a team in the Thunder that looked dominant all year, I think that's what's changing the math here. And when you look around the Western Conference, right, guys, and you look at the different teams, you look at the Rockets. Do they stand a chance against Wemby with the team that they have? I don't think so. When you go to Minnesota, we just saw they don't really stand a chance against Wemby and the whole Spurs team. You go to the Lakers. They definitely don't have a front court that can withstand what Wemby can do. And it's not just Wemby, what that Spurs team can do. And if the Thunder, with Hartenstein, who I will give credit, did a very good job in Game 3. He did a very good job, I think, in Game 2 as well in both of those wins. But those two guys alone, whether it's Jalen Williams or whether it's Hartenstein or Chet, Wemby brings a different dynamic that you kind of can't game plan for. And that's not to say that nobody's ever going to stop Wemby for his entire career. I'm sure we're going to get series at some point where it's like, oh, how did they do that? How did they stop Wemby? But at this point, right now, where we're at, if the Thunder themselves can't really solve the Wemby issue, and Wemby is going out there and putting up the numbers that he is, and the Spurs are holding OKC to under 90 points in a game for the first time since 2022, I think instead of saying we have a Wemby problem, we might be saying we have a Spurs problem, and we're having a Spurs problem yet again in another decade. I think that's the thing that I'm taking away from this, because you go to the late 90s, the early 2000s, the 2010s, and now in the 2020s, we have another dominant Spurs team, and I think that's the biggest point here.
Hey, Grant, last thing, we got about a minute to go. Give us an update on the whole Kawhi Leonard and Clippers, and what are we expecting here?
I will tell you guys this, that anybody that says they have an inkling of what is going on with that investigation, they do not. I mean, all of us that cover the team, obviously it is a big talking point. Not a lot of us have any inkling of what a third-party law firm is going to do. Now, if you were to give me my expert opinion, I would say that they're going to get a slap on the wrist and then they're going to move on. That's just my expert opinion.
Well, it feels like that because it's taken forever.
Moves, right?
Yeah, I mean, like if they really wanted to do something by now, they could have.
We should have had Pablo Torre ask Oz the Mentalist what was going to happen.
Well, and then
we might have gotten an answer.
Exactly. We got to it.
Is that real or not? We need to find out. Can Pablo find out?
It's real, as in like
Okay,
like hair weave, and it's real. It's really somebody's hair.
Grant Mona, thank you so much for joining us here on The Odd Couple, my man. We appreciate you. We'll get you back. All right.
Appreciate you guys so much. Have a great rest of your show.
Thank you. All right. It is The Odd Couple on a Magic City Monday, a Memorial Day Monday. Rob Parker, along with Martin Weiss, in for Kelvin Washington, and we'll have more program coming to you next. There's so much stuff that we want to get to, including the Jaxson dart. We're going to get to that, Martin. That'll be a great conversation in the final hour of the program. I'm interested to hear what people have to say.
And I'd say this. I know you don't like to make songs for everything, but I had one, and I saved it. I had the beginning, right? I'm like Quentin Miller here for Drake. I'll write the beginning line.
You got to write
and
more
get
than
you
that.
started.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I got to write more than that. Oh, Rob Parker needs a ghostwriter.
You got
How about
so
that?
you got a song. A song. I had you gave me a song. Is that the one you're talking about?
No. The execution was poor, so I said I would wait today to do it myself. And then you could, if you want to do a remix, you can.
All right, we'll see about that. All right, it is The Odd Couple. Rob Parker, Martin Weiss, and you know what you need to do here on Fox Sports Radio.
What's that?
Stick and stay.
Especially if you're a ghostwriter for Drake in the US of A.
Yeah, NFL schedule release, big story, obviously. Been talking about it for the last hour or so. But another story, an offshoot of that, involves what's going on the TV side of things. Because, as you know, one of the big pushbacks on the NFL in the last basically 2 years is that you have to pay way too much money to watch all these games. Because you got to get it on basic television. You got to get it on cable for ESPN. You got to get Peacock. You got to get Prime. You got to get Netflix now. Like, you got to pay so many different things. And we just like it if we only had one option or two or three options, and that was the end of it. So the NFL, in an effort to, they say streamline, but to me it sounds like to get more money, went up to Netflix and says, hey, we're already giving you a couple of standalone games, some of our best games. We gave you a Black Friday game a couple years ago. We might give you a Thanksgiving Eve game, a Christmas game. How about, instead of you only getting 3 or 4 games a season, why don't we give you an entire NFL regular season slate, just like Fox has one and CBS has one, and to a lesser extent, NBC has one. And Netflix said, no, hell no. We have no interest in having 16, 17, 18 weeks worth of football plus a playoff game. We're just fine getting 3 or 4 really good marquee games, and we'll let the linear television folks figure out the rest.
Bravo to Netflix, my new hero, pushing back on the NFL, who once again is trying to fleece. Kelvin, the biggest thing going on right now is the NFL is telling people that they want to open up their contracts that they negotiated already. Tell them you better re-up at more money now, even though they already have a number that they've agreed to. No. Let's just rip that up and you pay more now. Otherwise, you'll have to pay more later and you might not get it. They're trying to strong arm people into breaking the contracts that they signed because they want more money now. And how they threaten these people, television execs, is they do what they did with Netflix. These guys and these companies have endless amount of money. So they want more of it, and they want to strong arm a Netflix to try to get the networks, Fox and NBC and CBS and whatever, and ESPN, to have to cough up more coin. And bravo to Netflix to say, no way, no how, you greedy bastards. No, we're not doing that. We're not interested in doing that. And very seldom do people push back. It's refreshing for them to tell the NFL no. We understand what your product is. We're happy for you, whatever. Take it somewhere else.
Yeah.
Take it elsewhere. Let somebody else cough up all this coin. Can you imagine signing a deal and telling people you better tear that up and pay more now, otherwise you might not get games later? The goal and what they're trying to do. So Netflix pushing back is the greatest sign. And if Amazon does something or some of these other places push back too, the NFL will have nowhere to go. Like, that's the scary part for them.
Well, you know what?
Because linear television, last thing, there's just not that much money. You know what I mean? They're already working at a loss to have the games on. At some point, someone's going to say no.
And I've said that, I use that equation when we talk about who's going to be the first MLB team, or what NFL team is going to say no to a quarterback that's quote-unquote next up. You know how they just, oh, yeah, he's not even the greatest, but he's next up, so I guess I got to break the $58, $60 million with him because he's next up. Or MLB, I want 700 players just because I'm up next. And I always feel like at some point teams are going to be like, nah, man, I got $550 million for you. That's all I can give you. I'm not giving you $750 just because you're next up. And truth be told, you're not even better than the last guy who just got that. And I say that to say Netflix is in an interesting position because I feel like Netflix is NFL in the NFL. They're scarcitying the NFL. They're saying, no, I actually would rather cherry pick the week, cherry pick the game, give me my 5 or 6 or whatever it is, and I can have the game, and my thing can still feel like a moment, a marquee game, like this big Netflix moment. And that's kind of what they're doing with sports. They're like they're dabbling their foot into sports, right? They haven't fully committed where they're having like full on slates of things. They cherry pick a fight. We'll do this fight. We'll do this Jake Paul thing. We'll do this football thing. We'll have a special Olympic thing or here. Like, they're cherry picking sports so that it feels like an event, so that because we know how expensive it is to have weekly NFL. So they're kind of using the same scarcity model of the NFL. We only have 17 weeks versus 82 in the NBA, NHL, 162 in baseball. And Netflix is saying, cool, we're going to do the same thing. We will cherry pick which ones we want.
It is the Odd Couple. Rob Parker, Martin Weiss in for Kelvin Washington. Kelvin will be back tomorrow on Tuesday on the Trash Talking Tuesday. Stream us live wherever you happen to be in the iHeart app. Catch us and all of our Fox Sports Radio shows live 24/7 in the new and improved iHeart app. Just search Fox Sports Radio in the app to stream us live all day, every day. And be sure to select Fox Sports Radio as one of your presets in the iHeart app. So it'll pop up at the top of your screen. Martin, when can people hear you on Saturdays?
That's 8 to 11 Eastern, 5 to 8 Pacific. I'll be there this week. I was off. I ended up missing last week's show.
How'd you do that?
Well, yeah, the thing about baby deliveries, you find out, Rob, is they're very.
Oh, that's right.
It's very.
So you were just
suggestive.
You were just there waiting for the baby, and the baby didn't
very
come.
suggestive. Like, the cable guy says, between 1 and 4, babies are like in the month of May. So you're just saying all May, you're just waiting. And there's a target gets closer and it gets farther away. Rob, we talked about that Cleveland plus 2.5.
Yes.
And by the end of the segment, you had convinced me that 2.5 was a good bet.
They're only down by 22 in another turn.
Right. I think if we could get some live action on 22.5,
but
it might be the answer.
But they've made they're shooting 60% from the field.
Rob, I have an update. They're down by 24.
Is it 24 now?
So maybe we get 24.5. But here's the deal.
They won't even shoot. They're afraid to shoot. And if they're just going to keep shooting threes or whatever, this game, they might lose by 50 tonight.
This is a great example, in my opinion, of when you see the difference between superstars and stars and good coaches and great coaches. Because
you going to say Mike Brown is a great coach?
Quinn Snyder was able to get somehow 2 wins out of this Knicks team, right? Game plan, possession by possession. They won because you get game one. Okay,
I ain't even buying that.
Well, just hold on.
Okay, you don't have to convince me of that because I saw some hero ball where the Knicks play horrible in those games.
Can I
go ahead?
Get my point out. All right.
I ain't buying.
They get two wins in game one. They're down 2-1. Chris Broussard, friend of the show, said the Knicks were on death's door. Mike Brown makes an adjustment to take Karl Anthony Towns off of and put him on the ball. Jalen Brunson has enough of a attitude, right, that he's fine with it. He's okay with it as long as it returns to winning. This is why Becky Hammon was right. Because 98% of the time, that small guard is not going to take the coaching to come off the ball. 98% of the time, that coach is not going to have the guts to tell his highest paid player, we're going to use you less. Kenny Atkinson right now refuses to bench James Harden. Why? Not because he's playing so well. He refuses to bench James Harden because he's one of the highest paid players. That's who they traded for. It's the whole, if they're going to lose, they're going down this way. And
that's not the only reason they're losing, though.
But it's one of but when we look at this series, the way that they lost game one, that they were in the game.
Yeah, but you're right, but that's coaching. That was because he didn't take him out. I agree with that.
Again, 98% of coaches are too scared, whatever, to make the move to take your best, or I should say your best, your highest paid or your most valuable quote-unquote asset and marginalize him in a way. Mike Brown did it when Steve Kerr did it with Steph Curry, and the Warriors went on crazy runs. And in the fourth quarter, Steph was live to bang on anybody, right, from deep. You see Mike Brown now, the way they're running this offense, Jalen Brunson has been standing in the corner for most of this 20-point run that the Knicks have been on. And if, in fact, the Cavaliers come back somehow, guess what? In the fourth quarter, because of the different tweaks that they made, they'll be ready, and he'll be ready to go ahead and torch a exhausted or Donovan Mitchell and James Harden. I think that's the difference right there. I'm not saying that he's the best coach of all time, but that's the difference between good and good.
So if they get blown out in the postseason, in the finals, then what would that mean? That they just weren't good enough?
I mean,
I'm just asking.
Mean all types of things, but I'm talking about for here right now, when I'm looking at the team that hasn't lost in 31 days, I'll go ahead and say the guy's a good coach.
All right, not great. It is the Odd Couple. And you know what you need to do? Stick and stay.
America!
We are Fox Sports.
It's the Odd Couple. You know what time it is. It's your boys.
Let's get it. The Odd Couple is fun.
Check.
And informative.
Check.
What's up, America? You want to talk sports with 1.5 of the best-looking guys in the game?
That game was incredible.
You are wrong. You'll be king of the water cooler.
What's it like working with Rob? Rob in his mind is like Chris Rock mixed with Richard Pryor, so I'm running out of fake laughs. Ha ha, Rob. Rob is very passionate.
Son, you ain't ready for this. Well, I don't have BS in my game. I'm straightforward. I'm honest. You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice. And, of course, it doesn't hurt that I'm right most of the time. Kelvin is the nice guy, wants to make everybody feel warm and fuzzy.
You done? Let me tell you the truth. I bring the energy, a youthful energy. Rob's not gonna see this, is he? And I bring an honest opinion. Michael Jordan, I can't take it anymore. I need a break. I'm gonna go play baseball.
Trash Talking Tuesday is the best.
It's a great opportunity for folks to call in and they get to trash whomever.
Who you trashing, Roger?
I'm trashing LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
Oh, okay.
They can't even hold Wilt Chamberlain's shoes.
Stop talking about the king like that. It's a new era. Let LeBron be the best, please.
I only recognize one king in the United States, and that's Burger King. The connection with the Odd Couple audience is incredible. We really invite them in.
And they can relate, whether it be things about our own personal lives or our takes on sports.
Love you guys. You guys are killing it.
Hey, we appreciate you. Thank you for rocking with your boys. They feel like it's just my guys, just my friends, and they join right in on the show.
We talk with the listeners, not at them.
Obviously, you can listen to us live, but you can still check out the podcast. You can check out our YouTube. You can check us out on social media. So in any way you want to get it, you can get it.
Yes.
There's some yelling. It is some hot takes. It's a whole lot of fun. I'll give you that.
It is fun. I agree. Begrudgingly.
The Odd Couple.
Sports talk that's too good and too fun.
Sinatra would say,
Start spreading the news.
That's right, baby, because the New York Knicks are cruising towards the NBA Finals. They have a 61-37 lead at Cleveland with 5 minutes and 8 seconds remaining of the second quarter, with the Knicks leading the series 3-0. The Knicks presently on a 31-10 run. They're shooting 57% from the field, 10 out of 20 from three-point range. The Cavaliers shooting 39% from the field, 6 out of 18 from three-point range. Again, it's the Knicks 61, the Cavaliers 37. 5 minutes remaining in the second quarter of Game 3. In Game 3 of the NHL's Eastern Conference Finals, the Carolina Hurricanes a 2-1 lead at Montreal after 1, with that series tied at 1. I'm Isaac Lowenkron.
I've been covering this league since 1987.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Our number 3.
Number 3.
Here on a Magic City Monday, a Memorial Day Monday. Thanks for joining us here on a holiday. And, of course, Rob Parker, Martin Weiss in for Kelvin Washington. Kelvin will be back tomorrow. Thanks to Alex for always pulling up the rear, working with me during
I love the rear, Rob.
Whoa! That's right. Doing the, I don't know what to say.
Hey, yo!
Hey, yo is right. So working on the holidays with me. Thank you very much.
Always, Rob. You
Brandon
know what, Rob?
is our producer, and Ilo is at the anchor desk.
You know what, Rob?
What's that?
I wish I knew you back in your Detroit party days.
Yeah, there you go. You would be in prison, I think. Yes, don't forget to check us out, I should say, on YouTube. That's right. Just search Odd Couple FSR on YouTube. Again, check us out on the YouTube channel. Just search Odd Couple FSR and subscribe. Knicks continue to shoot almost 60% from the field, 61-37. Last score I saw leading the Cavaliers, looking for the 4-game sweep. Don't forget, coming up, Mark Funky Cole Medina. He's coming up in about 27 minutes. And last call. So a lot to get to.
Rob, you know I never miss the Odd Couple.
There you go. A lot of stuff to get to in the final hour of the program. But first, and this came out on that Friday before we, of course, went for the weekend or whatever. And, the reaction, Abdul Carter is the one who pushed back his teammate. But anyway, Jaxson Dart, the Giants quarterback, went to a rally and was asked to introduce President Donald Trump, and here he is at that rally introducing the president.
What's up, what's up, what's up? Yeah. Big Blue Nation, it's a pleasure to be here. I gotta start this off with a Go Big Blue. I'd love it if y'all would follow with me. Go Big Blue, go Big Blue, go Big Blue, go Big Blue. What an honor, what a privilege it is to be here. And without further ado, I'm grateful, I'm honored, I'm pleasured to introduce the 45th and 47th President of the United States of America, President Donald J. Trump.
With that, enter the controversy.
What's up, what's up, what's up?
And the controversy being...
Can I get a Go Big Blue?
Yeah, I mean...
Apparently not.
It was pretty
Apparently
lame.
not.
Right, it was pretty lame. Go Big Blue. He has to understand, he wasn't in New York, or it wasn't like, you know what I mean? Like, he thought everybody's Giants fans. Everybody knows what.
I'd love it if y'all would follow with me. Go Big Blue. Go Big Blue.
And the bottom line is that Abdul Carter, who is the Giants linebacker who is supposed to lead the defense and all that kind of stuff, when he saw the video, he thought it was AI and was kind of taken aback by his teammate and the Trump thing. And apparently they have spoke earlier as men or whatever, and they're good now or whatever, and that's kind of where it is. But he originally thought that blank was AI. What are we doing, man? And that's what Carter said. And now I guess I'm sure the Giants have asked him to kind of like let's not do this. Now I got a couple things here. Jaxson Dart can do whatever he wants. Everybody has that right, Martin? You could step out there, support who you want, do all that kind of stuff. But there also people have the right to push back as well. If people aren't on board with where you are, it doesn't have to be just politics. It could be a lot of different things. So Jaxson Dart has that right. I will say it's dangerous. And when you are the quarterback of a team and you have to lead a lot of different people, I think you paint yourself into a corner. You make people wonder if they want to follow you. You know what I mean? And I get the football, everybody's doing their job. And it's easy for people to say, well, you're a football player. That shouldn't matter. You should just play football. That sounds good. But when people show you who they are sometimes, it does affect how you feel about somebody. And I looked at a couple things. A lot of people saying that they were okay with it or moved on or whatever it was. And it's funny because during Colin Kaepernick, I just didn't hear that. I heard that they don't want to hear that for football. They just want football. Martin, do you remember that? I'm not here for that. I don't want to know about social issues. I don't want to know about politics. I'm here for football. All of a sudden, that went away. And now everybody's okay with people, I guess, falling in line, stumping for their guy. Even Tom Brady had "Make America Great Again" in his locker. And remember, Martin said, it's just a hat, wouldn't say anything. I remember when Trump ran, I think the second time when he lost, and his wife came out and said, we didn't vote for Trump. You know what I mean? All this kind of stuff. They were like pushed back. Nobody asked him who they voted for. But I guess my point is Jaxson Dart can say and do whatever he wants, but people can also react to him now that he has put that out there. And I just want people to have the same energy that they had for the people who didn't have a problem with Colin Kaepernick, but now all of a sudden they don't have a problem with Jaxson Dart. And I think that this will be an issue with the New York Football Giants going forward. He better play well, like Jaxson Dart. Like, you better play well. It's easier, Martin, to deal with and not worry about those things because winning cures everything. I don't care what it is. Winning cures everything. People don't care about those things if you're winning. If you get off to a bad start and the Giants are 0-4 and he's not playing well, are the teammates playing for him? Maybe his teammates don't like him. Maybe his teammates aren't pulling for him. I give Jaxson Dart credit. The NFL's 70% black. That's an unpopular move by him to be the leader of a football team. And I'm not saying that everybody black on the team is a Democrat or doesn't want Trump to be president or whatever. But in this volatile time, you just don't see too many quarterbacks. You would have to tell me another one who have gone out and done that, especially for a young quarterback.
But I honestly
really
don't think that. So I have a few things here. I think the equivocation with Colin Kaepernick, while I understand it, is misguided because the difference with Kaepernick and what happened with Colin Kaepernick is he was asked several different times about all of his positions, right? And then, the media perpetuated a distraction, quote unquote, because they continued to ask him about this. Jaxson Dart's not going to be asked about this after week 2. Right? You know what I'm saying? This is not going to be unless he continues to go down a pathway that is showing.
If they get off to a bad start and he doesn't play well, there will be questions about his teammates and his leadership and whether or not this the ink, what do they call it when they poison the well or whatever.
Sure.
Like I'm saying, Martin, if you don't play well, people will question whether he did something because the immediate response is that's not what you want the leader of your team to be involved in.
Right, but this is far from the first time that we've had a player of note in the NFL make a quote-unquote political statement. I honestly just don't think that that's what this was. When I'm looking at Jaxson Dart, and you know what? Hand up, my bad. If this is the case, and I don't know. I don't think he was a poli-sci major, right? I think the president asked him to go and introduce him in this thing, and he said yes. Now, in the history of the United States, generally speaking, if the president had asked you to do something, like do something of that note, it would not have been an issue prior to maybe the last 15 years or so. I think if some of the more controversial presidents in the past had asked somebody from the other side of the aisle to come and do something along those lines, I'm not saying it would have been rote positive. I'm just saying
I think this is my issue is what's taking place in the country with the voting rights in Louisiana. Like there's a lot of stuff that you can look at and go, wow, what has happened? What's going on, especially if you're black or a brown person. So I think Trump is definitely, this is not like your typical president where you're against policy. You know what I mean, Martin? Like there's the Democrats, Republican back then, it was about policy. I mean, there's other things that are way deeper that have divided this country. And all I'm saying, when you line up and when you show up to a Trump thing, you could say I'm apolitical, but that's not how it comes across. And people,
the fact of the matter is, he's never going to have to say he's apolitical because no one's going to ever ask him after this week. And that's what's upsetting about that's what's upsetting about this iteration of all of this. I don't really give a damn what Jaxson Dart feels personally because I don't care what any quarterback feels personally. There are 32 people that impact my life on a Sunday, Tuesday, or Monday.
But that's not how that. What you're missing.
Can I get out my point, please? And it's his American right to do so. However, the difference that I feel is that because of all the different things that you're talking about in terms of climate and this and that, he's never going to be asked to answer for this. And I don't believe if he was asked to answer for it, if he was ever asked to answer for any level of substance, right, of anything that actually had juice behind it, I would be very surprised to hear him outline what he likes and doesn't like about political policy, which is what everybody expected athletes to do when you name it, when Jacob Blake gets shot in Wisconsin, everybody's supposed to have a full 5-point plan over why they don't like police shooting people. No one is going to talk to Jaxson Dart. No one is going to challenge Jaxson Dart on any of this, and this is why it's upsetting because ultimately there could be a place to have a real conversation about some of the things that's going to happen, but apparently the leaders that be in sports media have decided that sports media is not a place where they want to do it. And that's a deeper conversation for all of this, but in 5-6 years ago, this would have been the lead story for 3 weeks. And I think this now will be, for better or for worse, won't be. And I think it's a bad thing in general that it won't be. Because I think you should have to answer for what you do. I think Tom Brady should have to say, if I have a Make America hat in my locker, I should have to respond to that. The same way that, Abdul Carter should have to say what he has an issue with the tweet about. You should be able to articulate these things, possibly, but I'm sorry if I don't think the guy who walked out said, what's up, what's up, what's up? Big Blue Nation, let me hear it. If he's got if he is that same guy, has a full 5-point plan on what everything is supposed to be.
But I totally disagree in that you're talking about the most polarizing person on the planet. He's not just president number 45 and 47. Like seriously, he's the most polarized. There are people, Martin, who, when you talk about Trump and somebody lets you know that they're a Trump supporter, it's non-negotiable. People won't even have, they've lost friends, won't talk to, this is a polarizing guy. So to stand up with a guy who's that polarizing in a clubhouse, in a locker room that's that diverse where you have other people that you got to deal with, it's just like, I'm going to give you a smaller example. When Urban Meyer hired the trainer who was fired from another school and had over racist.
His name is Chris Doyle. He
All right,
worked
Chris
at
Doyle at Iowa.
His
Thank
son
you.
is the
and he thought
his son is Jesse Minter's offensive coordinator.
And he thought he was, Urban Meyer can hire whoever he wants, blah, blah, blah. He came from Utah. They worked together supposedly at Utah, whatever. Got into the clubhouse. The team was like, no. Players were like, a trainer? Players were worried about a trainer? Yes. They wanted no part of him. And guess what happened to him, Martin?
Urban Meyer was questioned about it repeatedly.
Okay, and then he wound up,
but that's what I'm saying.
So that's what I'm trying to say.
When I see the repeated questions about this,
then
I'll see an impact.
Okay, all I'm saying is those are the things in a locker room that can become an issue. You could have said, what are you talking about? He's just a trainer. What is a big deal about it? It became a big deal. That's all I'm saying. 877-99 on Fox. Where are you? Jaxson Dart, cool with it, no big deal. Giants have anything to worry about? Nope, it's going to be all about football. Did he make a mistake being the leader of the team? Does he have a right as an American citizen? Where do you fall on this? I'm always about wins and losses. If the Giants start 0-4 and Jaxson Dart doesn't play well, trust me, they'll come back to this and wonder whether or not the team is with them. That's what he put out there, or if I'm wrong. Martin says you're okay with it, right? For the most part.
I mean, he's got an American right to do whatever he wants to do, but if the team starts 0-4 or 4-0, they're not going to be mentioning this.
All right.
If this is the only instance, this will be the last just talked about. By Wednesday, it'll be over.
877-99 on Fox, 877-996-6369. It is the Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Martin Weiss, in for Kelvin Washington, right here on Fox Sports Radio. Stick and stay.
Especially if you feel a type of way in the US of A.
Some people are comparing what could potentially be Wemby and SGA. They're saying this could be Bird versus Magic 2.0.
Yeah, big facts. They're talking about this series in the way that we haven't talked about a non-finals matchup in like a decade. Like they're saying this is Harden's Rockets versus KD and Steph's Warriors. This is Steph's Warriors versus KD's Thunder. Like this is Lakers Kings.
Heat Celtics.
Heat Celtics, right? Like, like this is that kind of matchup where you got one team that's the established champion and the other team that's got what many believe is going to be, when he gets one, he's going to get all of them. He's going to be collecting these rings like he's Thanos and Victor Wembanyama. And so ESPN NBA insider Tim Bontemps surveyed a bunch of anonymous scouts, executives, coaches about this series, keys to the game, that kind of thing. And when they were just talking about the series itself, without getting into the X's and O's, you had one anonymous exec saying this has a chance to go down as one of the best series of the past decade, period. Another coach says this is the NBA Finals. And last but not least, we had an anonymous scout saying this is the start, talking about SGA versus Wembanyama, of another Magic Bird.
And I get the sentiment, but wrong. Wrong on several accounts. Let's start with the obvious. The fact that I believe the basketball gods was like, you know what? I'm going to give the NBA a boost. It's struggling. We know what's coming off the 70s. Drugs, this, that. The game wasn't the game. And you get two guys who played in college. Come on. You already starting there, that there's some some rivalry.
Yeah.
Two guys played in college who are both going to be absolutely great. We all knew it. One was already number one pick. He just stayed in college. How you the number one pick and you stayed in college in Bird? And then Magic is the number one pick the next year. So, boom, they come in and they're playing against each other in the NBA. Then you got to lay out the obvious to me to say why this isn't that. You literally had black and white. One black guy, one white guy on different coasts. Literal coast to coast. Boston and L.A. Hollywood versus blue collar. You got Smiling and Showtime versus, grumpy, blue-collar, lunch pail of Larry Bird. I mean, you had everything you could ever dream of in this. Styles of play, like I said, they already have familiarity. Not to mention the fact that they compete for championships, right? When they met the 3 times, it was for an NBA Finals title. So, to me, it can't be that. However, Laker fan, you'll appreciate this. It, to me, has more of a chance to be Kobe, Tim Duncan, where you all of a sudden have a guy.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Where you have a guy who's probably going to win a championship if they get through each other. So if I'm Kobe in the Lakers, whether it was Shaq for the first little bit, then obviously he was gone. If I can get through Tim Duncan, we're probably going to win the championship. If you're Tim and the crew, we get through the Lakers, we're probably going to win a championship. They matched up in 6 different playoff series throughout their years. 99, the Spurs won. Then the Lakers won in 01. Then the Lakers won in 02. Then the Spurs said, 03. And then in both, mind you, the winners went on to win the championship. Mm-hmm. And then in 04, the Lakers won. They lost to the Pistons, and then the Lakers won in 08. But my point is, it was Spurs, Lakers, Spurs, Lakers, Lakers. To me, that is what this can be. Also, what happened in that time frame? Both of them got MVPs. Now, Kobe only got 1, but you got an MVP out of that. Tim got, 2? So I feel like it's going to be more of that. 2 guys who are and similar in guard, big man. So I think it's going to be more of that, where we get to witness for the next greater part, maybe 5 to 10 years, 2 guys compete for titles, compete for MVPs. Teams could be the number 1 seed in the Western Conference. But I think it fits that mold more so than a Magic Bird. I don't think anything will ever be that again because of the magnitude of what it meant, how it raised the stakes in the NBA, how it popularized the game, how it made casual people at the water cooler at work who normally didn't care about the NBA watch it and talk about it. That was something unique. That's why I almost believe it was literally God sent, like give you something that we'll never see again. This has the potential to be Kobe, Tim Duncan, Lakers, Spurs throughout the late 90s, the 2010 run 2.0. What you think?
You made some extremely compelling points that I hadn't even thought about. So, kudos to you.
Okay.
The one thing you did leave out about Magic and Bird, the time in this country of divisiveness between African Americans and white Americans.
That's real.
And so it made it easy to pick a side.
It is the Odd Couple. Rob Parker, Martin Weiss, in for Kelvin Washington. Kelvin will be back tomorrow on this Memorial Day. Glad you could be with us. Stream us live wherever you happen to be in the iHeart app. Catch us and all the great Fox Sports Radio shows live 24/7 in the new and improved iHeart app. Just search Fox Sports Radio in the app to stream us live all day, every day, and be sure to select Fox Sports Radio as one of your presets in the iHeart app, so it will always pop up at the top of your screen. Our telephone number, 877-99 on Fox, 877-996-6369. Jaxson Dart, Giants quarterback, little pushback from teammate Abdul Carter. Now they say they're all good. Where are you on this? No big deal. Brush up could affect the Giants, have no effect on the Giants. Where are you on this? Let's check it out. 877-99 on Fox. Cole in San Diego. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Cole? How are you?
Hey, guys. It's Paul, by the way. Paul. Is like Peter Paul.
Sorry about that. How are you, Paul?
I'm doing all right, man. First off, before I forget, I want to congratulate you guys on being among the old guys. Everyone knows it's Wemby. I like that. You got to be a certain age to be able to relate.
Everyone knows it's Wemby. Here we go, just for you.
Paul, one of us.
Everyone knows it's Wemby.
Anyways,
One of us is old, one of us is just well researched.
There you go.
That song is double my age.
And you know what's great? It's by the association. That's what's so great about it.
What you got, Paul?
Man.
Go ahead, buddy.
Anyways, I just want to say it shouldn't matter to the team, man. You know, I'm a black man. I supported Trump from day one. And I know, you're going to get a lot of, people who hate whatever. But all I'm saying is that they're playing a team sport. There's going to be a lot of different lifestyles on that team that other people may not like. But you have to suck it up, play the game, and that's their business. Each person has their own thing that some people may not like, but you just have to deal with it. So
I think it's the only thing is I'm going to disagree with this. When you're the quarterback and the leader of the team, like people like you're supposed to be able to. And I'm not saying that if that's the guy you voted for or whatever, it can do some damage, especially if you don't play well. That's all I'm saying. If you play well, people will overlook almost anything if you play well.
And that's going to be right. That's going to be generally true of a lot of things.
Yes, that's all I'm saying.
Well, yeah, and if it works out, nobody cares. But if it doesn't work out, then everybody will find something. They don't like your car. They don't like the way you go out with women.
No, there's no doubt. There's no doubt. But he's a polarizing figure, and that's why that even is a story. Appreciate it, Paul.
All right, now I was going to say.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Hey, Peyton in Tennessee.
See you tomorrow, buddy.
You're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up?
How are y'all?
Doing good.
Good. So, my only question is I don't feel like this would be a story if it wasn't Donald Trump. I think that's just where it is. I think it's regardless of political party. If somebody came out and said they supported Kamala or Joe Biden, right, this wouldn't even be a story. But because the man is so polarizing, you either love him or you hate him. There's no really in between. And I've always asked this question, and I think it's a great question to ask. Why is it because it's him that it's so polarizing? Like, why, if it was a Democrat in office and this happened, this wouldn't even be a story? I don't understand.
Peyton, you might understand, but are you a brown person, black or brown?
I'm not. I don't think that matters.
Okay, no, it does matter on how you perceive the country.
Why does it?
Because I'm going to tell you. You asked. You don't understand. Is that what you said, or do you don't want to hear my point of view? Which one? I'm asking you. Do you want to hear my opinion on this or not? All right. Thank you. Thanks for calling. You don't want to hear it. Then that's it. He says he doesn't understand. He doesn't understand why he's polarizing. Or if it doesn't matter if you're black or brown? Did you see what ICE was doing to people who were black or brown? Come on, man. Don't act like you don't understand why he's polarizing to some people. That's all I'm saying to you. This ain't about balancing the budget, and I disagree with big government and small government. It's deeper than that. So I'm not going to sit here and act like it's about policy. It's bigger than that. Make America great again. Great win. That's what I'm asking you. To the 60s, when people were water hose and chased with dogs, is that when was America great then? I'm trying to figure out, when was America great? Then. Thomas in Tennessee, you're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Thomas?
Hey, what's up, fellas? How y'all doing?
Doing good.
Lord have mercy.
Good.
Thomas sounded like he looked like Michael Clark Duncan.
Yep. Great voice there, Thomas.
Like, whoa. What's going on?
Hey, thank you, man. Thank you. All right. Hey, listen, I wanted to actually reiterate what you were saying. Rob, the classic example of what the gentleman just spoke of and what the brother said at first. We have to understand the controversial incidents this guy has put himself into. That's the biggest issue. He said, well, what if it was a Democrat? You haven't had any issues like it in that seat where a person has been so presidential that they will allow themselves to be in the situations that he has put himself into. Especially, and you could look at a myriad of things that this guy has already brought to the table that causes so much
Yes.
That's why he's so polarizing.
100%.
Issue.
And that's
Make
why I had
America great again.
Right, and that's why I had a thing where he's like, well, I don't understand. Well, I'm trying to tell you, but he didn't want to hear what somebody who doesn't look like him wants to say about it or why we feel different about it. That's all.
Exactly, Rob. And I'm going to say this real quick and let you guys go. You talk about how he says, make America great again. These are some of the issues that I talk about when I'm in my community with some of my white constituents. What do you mean? Do you understand the negative undertones that has? Make America great again. When was it great for a lot of black and brown and a lot of white people, to be quite honest?
Thank you.
When was it really great? So thank you guys for my call. I appreciate it.
No doubt. Let's squeeze in one more. Let's do that. The one thing about the Odd Couple, and Alex, you know this, we're always willing to talk about what's going on. Can't shy away. It's a sports talk program, and people will either like it, don't like it, but we're going to talk about it if it's important. Let's go to Kevin in Culver City. Kevin, you're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Kevin?
God is good.
All the time.
All the time.
Hey, I understand what you're saying, Rob. I think, the difference is here. It's just so funny. It's so funny when it's Colin Kaepernick. We don't want to hear about, your politics. Just stick to football. But when it's Jaxson Dart, you could, support whoever you want to support, It's just funny to me, and they're both quarterbacks. I think when you're the quarterback of the team, you're the CEO of the team. And at this polarizing moment, Jaxson Dart should know that that's not a good idea, what he's doing. Abdul Carr is a Muslim. You got Kayvon Thibodeau from South Central, very outspoken about certain issues. There's going to be issues in that locker room. Malik Neighbors is outspoken players.
Right.
It's New York City. It's New York. A very, very blue state who's been very anti.
Donald Trump is from New York. He won't even go there. People don't want anything to do with him.
Exactly. This is going to be an issue, and the New York media is going to hammer it. The first game when Jaxson Dart throws 4 interceptions, they're going to say, are you the right guy for the job? Are you really focused on football? Are you focused on politics? It's going to come up. So it is an issue, and it will be an issue in that locker room. And just because Abdul Carter said what he said, that doesn't, withstand from what he said before. That's going to come up. Did you do something that, divided your locker room as a quarterback? You're not supposed to divide your locker room. You're supposed to unify your locker room. And the things that he supports, the causes, we're in a war right now that a lot of people don't agree with, and people in the region that he's against, maybe a lot of people Abdul Carter are side with from what he believes in. So this is a big, big deal. It's a big issue. It's not going to be just thrown under the rug. And Jaxson Dart has stepped in it, and now he's front and center. Remember Saquon Barkley was golfing with Trump, what it did to the Eagles locker room, and Jalen Hurts was hanging out with Obama, and it was a big issue, and Saquon had to say, step away and say, hey, I don't want my name on anything. That's what that does. So It is polarizing. And when these things come up, it becomes polarizing. And you're the quarterback of the New York Giants, it's going to be a big deal. I mean, look at his head coach.
No doubt.
You're absolutely right, Rob. It's a huge issue.
All right. Appreciate it. Thank you so much, Kev. Appreciate it.
Yep.
All right. We're going to get Mark Funky Cole Medina's coming up next. We'll get some NBA stuff. The second half has started.
It started for New
Cleveland.
York.
What do you mean?
It started for New York. I don't know if Cleveland has been aware that it has started.
Well, they did get 2 points, so we'll see. All right, let's first get caught up. ILO, Isaac Lowenkron, is at the anchor desk.
That's right. The Cleveland Cavaliers dominating the third quarter. They've outscored the Knicks 2-0. So that means they're only down by 17 points now. 68-51. Knicks
Chip it away, Ilo.
Chip it away. Here come the Cavaliers. Oh, the Knicks just scored another basket, so they're back up by 19. So it's the Knicks up 70-51 over the Cavaliers. They're a minute and a half into the third quarter of Game 3, with the Knicks leading the series 3-0. The Knicks had a 20-0 run during the first half, building their lead. They're shooting 48% from the field, 10 out of 24 from three-point range. The Cavaliers at 40%, 32% from three-point range. Karl Anthony Towns with 10 points and 10 rebounds. Michael Bridges and Jalen Brunson with 10 points as well. Overall, the Knicks being led by Landry Shamet, who scored 11 points off the bench. 70-51, the Knicks lead at Cleveland a minute and a half into the third quarter of Game 4, with the Knicks leading the series 3-0. In Game 3 of the NHL's Eastern Conference Finals, the Carolina Hurricanes and Montreal Canadiens are tied at 2. 8 minutes and 11 seconds remain in the second period. That series tied at 1 win apiece. And if there wasn't enough going on tonight in Major League Baseball, The Houston Astros have a 9-0 lead at Texas in the bottom of the 8th inning. The Astros have a combined no-hitter going right now through 7 2/3 innings. Houston starter Tatsuya Imai, 6 no-hit innings. He was taken out after 97 pitches. Stephen Okert of Houston then came in, did not allow a hit in the 7th inning. And Alimber Santa of Houston is in there now. He's gotten the first 2 outs of the 8th inning, so the Astros are 4 outs away from a combined no-hitter. The Miami Marlins up 8-2 at Toronto in the top of the 8th inning. Earlier, the Philadelphia Phillies won at San Diego 3-0. Kyle Schwarber is Major League leading 21st home run. Finally, Robin Martin, back to the NBA because the New York Post reported a short time ago that the Cavaliers relocated at least 10 Knicks fans who had purchased courtside seats in Cleveland for tonight's game, with a Cavaliers spokesperson telling the Post, quote, "Playoff courtside seating is governed by a specific agreement that prohibits the resale or transfer of tickets without approval. All courtside ticket holders are required to comply with the terms of the single-game playoff agreement," unquote. Well, wherever they are, those relocated Knicks fans are having a blast. Back to you guys.
That's
All
okay,
right.
because there'll be plenty of space out there after a while, because this thing ended about 12 minutes left in the first quarter.
Down, it says 19 points, and there's not 10 minutes to go. The game's over. All right, we appreciate that, Ilo. Thank you. Have a great night. Now let's welcome in our guy, Mark Funky Cole Medina, a Fox Sports Radio NBA insider. How you doing, Mark? How are you?
I'm doing well, Rob Martin. Happy Memorial Day, and kudos to working hard on this holiday, much harder than the Cleveland Cavaliers. I mean, they may as well just be at the beach right now.
It's too soon, bro. That's right. Might as well. You know I'm always here, Mark, even on the holidays. I got to do what I got to do. You know what I'm saying?
Always working. You know, you're like the opposite of James Harden. We know that you're always reliable every single show.
100%. I have to do this. I think Kenny Atkins should be fired at the end of this series, or tonight after the Game 4, whatever it is. I've never seen a coach say that analytically they should have won 2 of the 3 games. You're down 0-3. Mark, have you ever? Seriously, have you? I've been covering the league since 1987. Since 1987, never heard of such thing. What is that?
Yeah, do you think after this loss in Game 4 that he'll say analytically they won the second quarter because they chipped away at this double-digit deficit?
Honestly, I kind of hope he does. Lean in. At this point, lean in, dude. Is what you're known for.
Yeah, so, Rob, I'm sure you agree. You know, for me, I refrain from saying, like, X team should fire X coach. But objectively speaking, it seems inevitable that's what they're going to do. And it's very surprising because when you look at Kenny Atkinson, coaching pedigree, very well respected, is seen as someone that has a bright offensive mind. You know, the MO on him as a head coach prior to Cleveland was, hey, he's a great player development coach.
Great with young players, 100%. You always thought of him as a really good young coach.
He never got that opportunity with the Nets because, you know, they brought all these star players. They wanted their own guy. But when given the opportunity, he would be ready because of his coaching credentials as a proven assistant, player development, has an international background. Last year with Cleveland, they got off to this amazing regular season start. So, like, fast-forwarding now, I did not see this coming, but we've seen this all playoff series that he has been very underwhelming, not calling timeout. Game 1 as the Knicks going on this double-digit lead, not having any kind of inspiring speeches, in between games or, at halftime. And for these guys not to show up to play at all tonight, I get it. No team has ever overcome a 3-0 series deficit, but you at least lay it all out in the line here. And I think that this is a reflection of the head coach. I mean, to be clear, James Harden is a culprit 101 here, but, Kenny Atkinson certainly deserves some scrutiny.
I mean, it's not like James Harden is fighting Kenny Atkinson saying, no, I'm staying in.
Yeah.
Mark Medina here on Fox Sports Radio. Martin Weiss for Kelvin Washington on The Odd Couple. Now, I got to ask you, Mark, I'm not an NBA voter. I have not been given that honor. But I do have trouble with one thing that some of you all do have over there with you from your high towers. How I can see that Victor Wembanyama can be first team All-NBA and then first team All-Defense and then voted as the best defensive player in all of the NBA, Defensive Player of the Year, and only get 5 votes for MVP. Make it make sense to me, especially when you consider, it's a regular season award. I know. But I'm watching this Wemby's team and Wemby specifically whoop up on the 2-time MVP right now.
Yeah, well, you laid it out pretty well, but I think, there some of the nuance with the voting is that, you're given the selection of all these criteria, and I think some people chose Shai Gilgeous-Alexander because of team record. Even though he's not a better defensive player, they felt like, he's obviously a better scorer. He's one of the league leaders in scoring, and that the team had some overlapping injuries, most notably to Jalen Williams, and, they still were able to keep the train moving. But when you look at this playoff series, I know series is tied 2-2, but you laid it out pretty well on why it looks like, even though the the Thunder still have home court advantage, that the Spurs are in the driver's seat. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has not been the same player in this series as he's been the rest of the playoffs and the regular season. Chet Holmgren, he's playing so poorly. I wouldn't be surprised if Thunder think, you know what, let's try to get Giannis Antetokounmpo. We have all these assets with draft picks and young players. Let's go all in here. And with Victor Wembanyama, you've seen him be at his most dominant most games, and when he had that shortcoming in Game 3, he vowed on himself that it's on him. Even though he didn't deserve the blame, there's injuries to be going around with De'Aaron Fox and, to a lesser degree, Stephon Castle, but he made a point to try to elevate everyone else around him, and mission accomplished Game 4. So, yeah, we've seen Victor Wembanyama, as much as he's been a great player all season, take his game to another level in the playoffs, and that's a mark of a really great player.
When I think of, OKC's legacy is on the line to me. And tell me if I'm off base. I think in order to be special or people remember you, you got to do something like winning back-to-back would put you in that kind of class. If they don't, and they get knocked out and they don't win back-to-back, and even though Shai's won 2 MVPs and they were really good, you just become another one of these teams, right? Who's how many? The last 7 have been single
7
winners.
unique champions.
You know what I'm saying, Mark? And if they win another one, it'll be hard to discount them or act like they're not something special winning back-to-back. Think about as much as the Spurs are revered, they never won back-to-back, those 5 championships during the Tim Duncan era, right?
Yeah.
They never won back-to-back. How important is this for OKC?
Yeah, it's an interesting question because if they lose the championship here, it's not like I think for either team the championship window is closed because their core players are all young in their prime.
Oh, yeah, I'm not saying that they never win again, but winning more than, winning back-to-back puts you in an elite class.
I think that J.J. Redick was just gassing them up and trying to soften them up for the playoffs.
I agree.
But you're throwing in, they remind me of the 90s Bulls and the mid-2000s Warriors. Clearly they're not on that level yet, and when you win a championship, you start getting those kind of comparisons. And they would be relegated, relatively, because the Spurs in yesteryear were still good. But to your point, they never repeated as a championship, and they would always go through, even though they always made the playoffs every year, there are a lot of one-and-dones, first-round exits. Yep. So they're always seen as, you know what, you're a team that's respectable, you have a championship contention chance, but you're not seen as this dominant team. Phil Jackson, again, I think he was trolling a little bit, but he would say the Spurs weren't this dynasty. They were a dominant force. And so I think that, the Thunder could be looked at that. But I think in fairness to both teams, regardless of whoever is the loser, this is a series that we're going to see next 5, 7, 8 years. And it's just a matter of, which team is the favorite entering each season.
No doubt. All right. And we appreciate you, Mark. Funky Cole Medina, thank you so much for the insight. Appreciate it. Next time, Thank you, buddy.
Appreciate you. Can I throw you all guys a crazy James Harden stat to lead it off?
Please.
With how awful he's been. He has had more turnovers than threes in 8 of the 11 playoff games, including Game 4 today.
Wow.
Amazing. He had more turnovers than a bakery.
And you know what? Rob, that shows you bring it every single night. Tip the servers well, my friend.
I do have it.
Thank you, buddy. All right.
Just as a thought exercise, I wonder what James Harden would have to get benched.
I don't know. I don't think at this point they are.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like how bad? Like what? How bad could it possibly get before he'd get benched?
It's crazy. And the last thing, real quick, I think the Astros have a no-hitter. It's 2 outs in the ninth.
No-hitter.
Right, combined no-hitter. Did we see a hit yet? There are 2 outs in the ninth inning. So is this the ninth inning? Am I watching?
That is bottom of the ninth.
Yeah,
2
so
outs.
Unbelievable. All right, it is the Odd Couple. Last call time here on the Odd Couple. Rob Parker, Martin Weiss, right here on Fox Sports Radio. Stick and stay.
Especially if you couldn't make it in the US of A.
It's last call time on The Odd Couple. If you had a take and couldn't get in all show, here's your chance. Your call's important to us. Call us at 877-99 on Fox. Hurry up. Rob and Kelvin got to get out of here.
All right, so getting back to the story we're going to discuss here, The Athletic surveyed 161 active NBA players to get their thoughts.
Diana Rossini didn't have anything to do with this, right? I'm just.
Oh, God.
I just want to make sure.
To get their thoughts on who they believe should win the NBA MVP award. No real surprise at the guy they picked. 39% of the votes went to SGA, more than twice as much as the second-placed finisher, which is Nikola Jokic. The rest of the top 5 in order. So it's SGA 1, Joker 2, and 3 guys tied for third. Jaylen Brown, Luka Doncic, and Cade Cunningham.
Somebody's missing from that list. Wait a minute.
None other than Rob Parker's favorite big man, the slender assassin himself, Victor Wembanyama.
Everyone knows it's Wemby, except the NBA players.
Finished a distant 6th, only got 5% of the votes. No love for Wemby in the NBA circles.
All right, Kelvin, this is what I talk about all the time.
What's that? What's that, Rob?
The players are jealous. They are always getting in their feelings. They don't want Wemby. We're not pushing him to the front of the line. Not only is he an offensive machine, he plays defense too, and he's not even in the top 5. How could that possibly be that he's not in the top 5? It's because they don't want to crown him. They don't want to say, Wemby, you're that guy. Jealousy reigns supreme. We've talked about it before. They would 100 some players didn't even vote for LeBron James for an All-Star game. Another 100 people didn't even vote for Kevin Durant. We're talking about 5 or 6 years ago when they were both viable big-time stars still, right? They didn't vote for them. Players can't be trusted. They have skin in the game. Don't ever allow players to vote on anything. They'll never give you an honest view, an honest take. It's Boulder Dash. It's Poppycock. How is Wemby not in the top 5? He plays both ends of the court. How many guys today, Kelvin, play both sides of the court? Wemby? Can we say that? Everybody knows it's Wemby. He should be in the top 5. I'm not saying he has to win the MVP. How is he not in the top 5? Ridiculous.
So, look, this isn't quite as egregious as LeBron not getting 100 votes or whatever it was. That's egregious. That doesn't even make any sense. And the only reason why I'll say that, and I'll provide a slight pushback to you, is that Luka has had an amazing season. We've talked about it throughout. SGA is his to lose. Everybody would probably agree on that. And then Joker is Joker the last 5-6 years. He's just been incredible. So, and then Cade at one point in time had the best record in the NBA or right behind the Thunder. So there was a point where you say, man, Cade could honestly be there. So I think the list is a very fair list, which is why I'll push back a little bit on how crazy it is for them to think those other 4 guys could be ahead of Wemby. And why I think this is because of a multitude of things. I think they're looking at his stats a bit and going, well, 24 and 12, that's a bad night for Joker. You know, that's a bad night for a guy like a Giannis or somebody. So I think they're looking at his stats and saying those aren't the most overwhelming stats, but that's not what makes Wemby great. Wemby is giving you these stats, 24, 12, and 3 blocks in 30 minutes. If he was giving you 38 minutes a game, I don't know what his stats would be. Would it be 32, 16, and 6? It'd be, 5 or something. It'd be incredible. But you also mentioned it. I think they are underestimating the other side of the ball. He is about to lead the league 3 years in a row in blocks. His team is 3rd in defense because of him. And when you look at the massive turnaround, Rob, they have 61 wins. That is incredible for a team that was just the reason they got him, because they were so terrible. They had the number 1 pick not too long ago. So for this team to be having a real chance to have taken the number 1 spot in the Western Conference for a very long time, it's not going to happen now. They're 3 games behind. That also should bode well for Wemby. So between what he's providing offensively, especially what he's doing defensively, probably going to be Defensive Player of the Year, and then the fact that his team is sitting at 61 and 19, that is absolutely incredible for an extremely young Spurs team, minus a guy like De'Aaron Fox and Harrison Barnes. So I think he's definitely, in my opinion, in the top 3. But I will say that's a very good group of guys, which is why I think some weren't hating. They just were like, well, shoot, look what Cade did with a Pistons team that's at one point in time was vying to be the number 1 seed, maybe in the NBA for a while, but obviously the Thunder have that.
That's my next instrument.
Very nice. Great way to wrap up the Odd Couple on this holiday Memorial Day Monday.
Moderno.
And yes, I don't know. I'm just trying to get Magic City Monday as well.
To Tatarone.
Thanks for everybody. There we go. We'll get it out there. Thanks for everybody for joining us. It is the Odd Couple. Rob Parker, Martin Weiss, filling in for Kelvin Washington. He'll be back tomorrow. And if you missed any of today's show, be sure to catch the podcast. Brandon's putting it together. Just search The Odd Couple wherever you can get your podcast. Please follow the podcast, rate it at least 5 stars, and provide a review. Again, just search Odd Couple wherever you get your podcast, and you'll find a full version and a best of version posted right at the end of the show. And, that's always a big thing, Alex, because every show can't put together a best of version.
That's true.
But we can do one here on the Odd Couple. I'm just saying.
Oh, Rob.
They're just, the other shows are just the of version. The of. No best.
Okay. I'm just saying.
Presents.
All right. You know what? It's last call time here on the Odd Couple.
This is the last call.
Let's go!
It's last call time on the Odd
Couple. Very nice. All right. Andrew in Bakersfield. What's up, buddy?
What's up, guys? Martin and Rob. Happy Memorial Day.
Yes, sir. You too.
Yeah. Chicharito. So I think maybe what the white gentleman was trying to say when he says,
I'm sorry. I wish we had more time. You just got too late in this. And sorry. Martin, thank you so much for being here, filling in. Thanks for everybody working on the holidays. The Odd Couple, we love you. The Jason Smith Show with Mike Harmon is coming up next.
I never miss your radio show. I never hear it, so I never miss it.
Did you hear that?